You're on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You made it.
The following show is for mature audiences only.
Watch the tape, and when you see the tape, you know the tape doesn't lie, and the tape doesn't lie.
Team, because what you're going to probably see that we saw a lot of in Nagy that wasn't the best use was, we'll go run I formation with a running back whose name I can't mention or else I have to take a drink. And then we'll pull out three guys and we'll swap out, all of a sudden then, a second tight end will come in and the fullback will leave and he'll be replaced by a separate wide receiver, right? So what you're going to see is you can either confuse teams with lineups and how you use that, or you can change it with personnel. And so what I really expect them to be doing is kind of these interchanging of parts. Mooney and probably Pringle are going to be the most consistent, but every one of those guys is going to cycle through. Herbert's going to see a lot more playing time, most likely, than he has.
They're melting down everywhere. And this, when you are in the area that the Chicago Bears are right now, these are the moves that you make. I saw somebody tweet out today, and it was actually pretty funny, but it made a lot of sense. He said this is the exact move that Ryan Pace would have made, but Ryan Pace would have gave up a third rounder in 2024 to make this move. And Ryan Poles gave up a 2024 seventh round draft pick. Yeah, but a 24-year-old guy, first rounder in 2019, and obviously that did not work out. And as good as the New England Patriots are and have been for seemingly ever at this point, where they have I don't want to say failed, but where they've really, really struggled is via the draft, especially when they're trying to bring in playmakers on the offensive side of the football in terms of wide receivers. I remember a guy that I actually liked in the draft, Chad Jackson, fell to them.
From Florida.
Yeah, in round two.
That was the name that popped up to me as well.
Yeah, yep. But to me, hey, it's a change of scenery, young guy, and let's be honest, not everybody is going to fit that culture in New England. I wouldn't expect, I know there's a lot of people out there that aren't into this as much as we are, but I don't want people to go out there and think that this guy is a speed merchant that's going to keep up with Darnell Mooney down the sideline. That's not who he is. If you want to see some slant passes and stuff like that, some physical play, you want to see a guy that has the ability to post up. Greg Gabriel brought up a great point on Twitter, and I do agree with him. For the size of Harry, he doesn't have that monstrous catch radius, and that's a problem that needs to be addressed. Is that just his lack of physicality, but you see it in the run game with him because he does show a lot in the running game. I would have liked to have seen what he did on that run for Justin Fields up the sideline when Allen Robinson decided to disengage and just run out of bounds.
You nailed it, right? Like, he's a guy that's got a little different of a skill set from some of the other guys, right? You're right on the catch radius, but he's a very good jump ball type of guy. Yep. He's got specific uses, and realistically, sorry, I've used that word twice now. If you get about 15, 20 catches out of the guy, it's a home run of a trade, right? Like, it would be great if he was a 50 catch person, but no, if you're talking like 20 catches and 250, 300 yards and a couple of touchdowns, like that's a win. But I think if we look at the way that the draft went through with guys like Ebner and Velas and all those things, these guys are going to be packaged. There's going to be specific things that they're going to ask him to do. And I don't get the sense that they're going to ask him to do a whole, they're not coming in being like, you need to go catch 80, right? Like, here are the 3 things we need you to do those, and we'll get you out there.
What's up, everybody? This is NFL Network's Adam Ray.
This is Only Fruit.
This is Matt Waldman.
This is Chris Zork from your Chicago Bear.
I'm Deion Miller.
Dan Weaver.
Hey, my name's Rashad Whitfield.
I'm Courtney Cronin.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys, Phil and Shayne.
Shayne and Phil. Shayne and Phil. Oh, Phil.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network. Home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans on earth.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Chicago's trading up.
100.
Yes! What? Oh my God. Here it is! Or just recorded.
The Tape Never Lies.
The people drop off, but we still keep rocking.
You'll never know how good your football team's going to be until you play with maximum effort.
Keeping it 100.
Open competition. Take over the North and never give it back.
Smartest man.
My Chicago Bears select Justin Fields, quarterback, Ohio State.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man and Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keeping it 100, never running east to west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the freaking anchor, forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shayne's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shayne got some haters. But now them all stuck like the Jew-and-now-and-laters. Debaters, frauds get kicked like Coach Teven. Cuts had to be me, we added the barber moderator. Up and down, boys got you double checking. Sad sacks trolling like a fool drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shayne. What we do when we're breaking down the Bears. Fuck a play or a captain, all of the armchairs. The tape never lies. The truth, you see, we laugh, we analyze, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a sad nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like Trick Sack. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man and Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Justin Fields gets outside the pocket, puts that ball perfectly where only Mooney can get it. 1 point, 2 feet.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby. Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100, baby.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Birds never lie.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this is Claudio the Barber, and this is TTNL's Keeping It 100, the best Bears show on the planet. We got another great show for you tonight. We're going to talk everything Bears, the training camp coming up, the rookies, this and that. So let's bring on Shayne, the smartest man, Marsaw.
Hey, cut it up.
There he is.
And Phil.
Claudio.
What's up,
Claudio's
man?
Yo,
how you feeling?
a little verklempt, as they would say.
Verklempt?
Verklempt.
SNL.
Dan Aguirre would say that, Shayne.
Yeah, he would. And then
Shayne, I'm a little verklempt.
little verklempt. Excuse me while I excavate the feces out of my litter box. sir.
Got to throw some semen in there. It's got to be some semen in there somewhere.
Oh shit! We've come a long way. We've come a long way.
Yeah, Claudio, just recovering. Obviously, the vocals might be a little fried a little bit. What do those girls do, Shayne, that Howard Stern hates? The vocal fry, right?
Vocal fry. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm that. So.
Well,
that's how Bratcher talks when he's on here by himself.
Yeah, Bratcher talks with his vocal
brought
fry.
me on TTNL because I'm so important.
Greg Bratt. It must be a Midwest region.
I think so.
Vocal fry.
Happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Braggs.
Mr. and Mrs. Braggs.
9 years for poor Jenny.
I don't know how she does it.
Just an angel.
If she opens wine, does Greg's voice come out like a?
Well, we know he didn't pay for it, and we know he didn't go pick it up.
He
Jenny
doesn't even open the wine. I guarantee. Yeah. Jenny, open it.
We're supposed to be saving up for a chalupa. You're out here buying wine.
You gotta be careful making me laugh tonight, man. So yeah, my parents' 53-year anniversary.
Good
anniversary. Stuff. Phil, my dad and I were talking football, and he said your Uncle Sam was his favorite coach. That's pretty cool. When I was a kid, you know, you become sort of.
So welcome back.
No, it's when you see your uncle, who you like saw 2 weekends ago, because I mean, you didn't see him all the time, but if you saw him and then all of a sudden he's on NFL films.
Yeah.
And there's always that one thing where my Uncle Sam was going, one time, baby, one time, baby. And I would just live for that. That's why you see us use that sometimes in our I think we got to add that to our show ender once I rebuild.
Did you notice?
Because I had to cut like Great Britain out of the show ender.
Yeah, I did some cropping myself, Mr. Atoshin.
Phil, can you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me? I'm in space.
I love all.
Yes. Real quick news since my dad has COVID too now. Oh, shit. So I'm just asking everybody, all you fans, to send some positive energy. My dad's not worried about himself. He's worried about my mom getting it. So he didn't get it from me. That's how contagious this is. If you're just tuning in last week, you guys did a great job last week with the show. Even Bratcher, I thought that was Bratcher's best performance.
It was his best show to date. So I'm very nervous that he's going to shit down his leg tonight if we even bring him on.
I was going to say, that's one compliment. That's all you're getting.
Yeah, word on the street was he was talking shit to Fat Mike. He's like, you see my fucking show last week? And we got viewers. Exactly. Bratcher shit in his own lawn and made Fat Mike pick it up. That's how pissed off he
was. It was, though. Like, you step away and COVID just knocks you out. The first 4 days was like zombie attack, and I feel every bit of your age. And then I still have this cough and a lot of phlegm, every time. So not that we keep it 100 here. I just wanted you to know that's why I wasn't here last week. I'm recovering from COVID. My father, we haven't seen my dad in over a month and a half. So he got it up his way. And
that's a good drop.
I love all.
I know, sure.
It's all part of the package.
But yeah, so now he's dealing with it. So I'm asking all of the fans to send some positive energy my dad's way and my mom and dad.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to even see him. They were supposed to come up for my birthday, and now I can't even see him. So it sucks.
I guess that means they're not coming for mine either.
Probably not. I'm trying to get up there to see you guys this summer. This summer sucked. It really has. I haven't even seen a beach.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Ela and Riley leave a week from this Friday for Europe for a few days, and I'll be flying solo with the Antichrist, also known as my daughter. But she's getting better. She's getting better.
Daddy-daughter bonding.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody that's going through anything, never hesitate to reach out. And thank you, Cornelius and crew, for your thoughts for my parents. It's like Jackal says, be a friend, tell a friend. But I also say send some positive energy. We've seen it work miracles on this network with Shayne's son, Riley, with the Cox family, and with everybody, Claudio's daughter coming through, just positive energy. I'm sorry that we've had to ask you guys for so much of this, but I don't know. Shayne and I were talking. Cars is like, I might quit just so nothing happens to me.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year plus. I mean, I'm coming up on a year, literally almost to the day with Riley. And I said, it's just what's happened, what's transpired since last June, just in my life, not including Claudio and Cherie and Phil, what you've had going on, even Cars. And then we capped it off with the tragic news of bringing Bratcher on. I mean, that was the perfect capper to the shitty year. But
I think we all deserve a winning NFL Bears season.
The Bears are going to have to pay us back big time.
Yeah, you ain't.
On top of COVID, I had to deal with an infected incision. So I'm like, my wife's like, why do we have all of I go, I don't know, but we're going to get through this. We're going to get through this.
But when you called me today and you're like, bro, first thing out of when Phil calls me or I call him, the phone call always starts the same. We do Claudio's except it's much more streamlined and on time. Yeah.
It's always on time.
But I
The
picked
phone
up
is
today and I'm
actually
like,
picked up.
and he's like, I just can't catch a fucking break, dude. And I'm like, oh God.
Oh
damn.
my God.
What
I'm going to
happened?
save that story.
No,
for
I
the
know.
end of
I'm
the
not
show.
going to get into it, but I was like, Jesus.
I can't believe that story.
Yeah.
Jackal was very compassionate for that story too.
We've been texting back and forth. Just
You guys
literally
talk back and forth about, did you hear what happened to Phil? Holy shit.
Well, no, when Claudio was having his internet problems, I wanted to make sure we had a backup for the bad intro. Exactly. So I'm like, well, who can do a shitty job? Let's go to Jackal. So, but did you guys see this?
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Former Chicago Bears offensive lineman Jason Peters said on SiriusXM that quarterback Justin Fields got better every game last season. Peters on Justin Fields, once he gets the offensive line set, that guy is going to be special. He can throw, he can run, he can make all the plays he needs to make. That's Jason Peters, a dude that's been around the block 3 or 4 times at this point, seen a lot, and he has no ties to Chicago anymore. So I think that's vitally important for him to go out of his way to point that out to a lot of people. I know for whatever reason, ESPN put out there they expect Justin Fields to lead the league in interceptions. I don't even know how the fuck you get on that topic. Maybe they stole it from Nicholas Moriano and CHGO. I don't know what the fuck, but It's crazy. But no, I give Jason Peters props. I mean, a dude he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Been in the league a very long time, and I don't think you can undersell a compliment like that. He doesn't need to say anything.
He didn't have to say. That's what I was going to say. He doesn't have to say anything. In fact, how many players have gone from a team and decided to turn around or rip into or lace into somebody about their work ethic or doubts or give a subtle dig? Here is Jason Peters. What is he? 8-time Pro Bowl, 6 times Pro Bowl, as Ryan Cox is saying right there. He doesn't have to say that. And ESPN, and I think that's what makes this network, this show, that different. I know I confronted one of our guys, our patrons, Craig Wilfong, but I'm never going to stop fighting for the truth. So if it's a redundant thing that I say all the time, whether it be about Charles Speed Bump Charlie Leno, the walrus, or David Montgomery, the identity, I'm always going to stand up for that truth. I'm going to call Kyle Brandt out until he apologizes, because I think it's a sham what he does. ESPN, I'm always going to say this. I feel like anybody projecting a statistical number of negativity is just doing it to incite a crowd, to get them vocalized and push a narrative. Because what do you get from that? You get an opportunity to win. It's like playing Mega Millions in a smaller service. 630 million, Shayne, tomorrow night. I'll be buying a ticket. Friday night. But anyway, that's what I see from ESPN in this projected interception thing. Who's going to fall on the sword when that doesn't happen? Who made that statistic? Nobody. Exactly.
You see where they have Montgomery ranked? They ranked him like 23rd or some shit.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Something's
ranked.
crazy.
He's going to be ranked in 84 on the new Madden,
new Madden.
Well, I was going to ask you guys. I mean, do people care about Madden rankings? Is that something
players definitely care?
If you go on Twitter, they do. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, they do.
Well, I know they had Mooney. I saw they had Mooney low, which I was not happy with.
Yeah, Mooney, they have it a 79, and they have the kid from the Commanders, McLaurin, a 91.
Right. And then I saw somebody sent me, and I apologize to the patron who sent it, was showing Darnell Mooney versus this person, this person, this person. And he's over them, right? But they're all ranked higher than him on a video game. Yeah. So when, I don't know if he still does it, Shayne, but if Matt Miller's doing rankings for Madden, there's an issue there. Like, there needs to be an appropriate panel of people that can actually look at a person or look at a football player skill wise.
Right.
Then you're going to have to get somebody who knows offensive linemen and look at them and do the ranking. I mean, I've asked for that for years. That's why this game is so redundantly sucky.
Well, what it is. It doesn't mean shit. Darnell Mooney can go out and put up 1,400 yards and have 14 touchdowns this year. And a lot of this is based on, I can remember back. Do you remember the game NBA Jam back in the day? There legit used to be a cheat code for the Detroit Pistons way back in the day because one of the main developers hated the Chicago Bulls. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, the Pistons-Bulls rivalry was massive. And, the Bulls came on the short end of the stick there for a long time until they finally broke through in 91. But there was an actual cheat code at some portions of the game where you could be up by 12 points with 30 seconds left and you'd lose at the buzzer. It was just shit like that. And I mean, there's a lot of this that goes on with these development teams. If they go in there and it's not based on, none of that shit is based on fact.
Right.
I mean, to your point with David Montgomery, they had him. I think when he came out as a rookie, his speed was like an 84, which was slower than some fullbacks, on the game, which is nonsense. But it is what it is. Nobody should get fired up about it, but we just eat, sleep, and breathe football. It's that time of year where we're getting a little bit closer and people are just eating up the extra content, and they're going to run with the Madden ratings. I mean, if you don't like Darnell Mooney's stats, fucking edit him yourself. To where you think he should be. You have that option. It's whatever it is.
I think it becomes, for the players, it becomes like a competition. And I can't imagine being in a video game, but if I was, I think there'd be some pride in me, knowing me, that my ranking or whatever attribute. Right. Because somebody look up what David Montgomery's tackle breaking ranking would be. Like, if that's not 99 or in the 90th percentile, then there you go. They're not doing what Shayne is talking about.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Claude?
No, I was just going to say, I hope you're right. And I hope Mooney is the type of guy. I know he's the type of guy that might motivate him even more. I mean, he's a motivated dude.
Well, what's more important than any Madden rating or anything like that is you see him putting in the work. You see him putting in the work with Justin Fields, off the field. I know our guy Dan Weeder said that what are we doing here when we're showing Darnell Mooney running and working out, praising him for it? Well, it fucking matters. They showed Eddie Jackson in a video today with Justin Fields. Granted, he was wearing a T-shirt of himself, which was
I saw that.
So
like,
yeah,
what is this dude doing?
I know. Just doesn't get him. Like, he's out there working his ass off. Oh, great, yeah, but he does have an Eddie Jackson fucking T-shirt on. But yeah, nobody's perfect.
Well, staying on this Madden, the Madden game, to me, I played it last season because my son bought it one time. And I'm playing
my
it.
son
and
I play, yeah.
This game, they still can't comprehend coverage and so many glitches. I'm like, I don't understand how you.
They're more concerned about, like, my son plays 2K, NBA 2K.
He's not even in the 90 break tackle, I'm guessing. Bratcher.
My son plays NBA 2K all the time, and there's all this extra fluff shit where you play a game and then you have to like run around the fucking city and go building to building. And I'm like, what the fuck does any of this have to do with he got drafted by like Oklahoma City or some shit like that. And then he's got he's in the NBA, and then they make him have to run to his fucking agent's office, which is like 7 minutes of the game. I'm like, I walk downstairs and like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm running to my agent's office. I'm like, you're in the NBA. Where's your fucking limo driver? Whatever. It's just nonsense. But it's all about the almighty dollar and you paid $70 for the game, and they want you to dump another 200 into it on top of it for the extra fluff, and that's what it's all about.
Well, they've had a monopoly too, because when we were kids, there were 3 NFL licensed video games. Maybe there was 4, but Game Day, NFL 2K, Madden were all competing to get,
there used to be Blitz, NFL Blitz.
Yeah, that was a more video, crazy. But I'm saying like not authentic, but a video game that had almost a simulated game, and you had competition. And exactly the fact that NFL 2K5, if you play that game today, no joke, it's better, less glitchy than anything Madden has done in the last 20 years. To say that right there is a sad sack of bullshit for EA Sports and what they put out there. And listen, I was the kid that bought Sega Genesis just because Madden was going to be on it. Like, that's why I bought Sega Genesis. I was the kid that bought Madden no matter when, where it came out. That's what I was doing, and I played it religiously. I became a Madden champ. I tell the story, Lemuel Stinson winning me $500. I always was about the Bears on Madden, but Madden has taken a back seat just looking at it. You know, they're spending, to what Shayne is saying, too much time in this other, like, fix the fucking game. Fix the game.
It's the shit that's going to make them money. Like, I saw Cool Kennedy talking about franchise mode.
Yeah.
And I mean, they could make that so much better because that's about as real as it gets. You know, you get the scout guys and they have the NFL draft and free agency and stuff like that. But it's, you know, it is what it is. You know, just like EJ just said, yeah, they have Roquan as the 6th or 7th, you know, ranked middle linebacker. But it's, you know, there's, to that point, there's a lot of good middle linebackers in the NFL. But, you know, none of that shit at the end of the day matters. If they keep on playing well and making plays out on the field, that shit's going to go up. It all comes down to one thing and one thing only. The Bears aren't respected, nor should they be, because they haven't won enough. They're not consistent with anything. And that's what it all comes down to. Right now, they're running. what are they consistent at? Losing. You know what I mean? Making boneheaded hires, making stupid trades. That's what they've been known for. So it starts and ends with winning. Until they start to win, on not just having a year like 2018 and then falling off the fucking cliff. No, it's about building a consistent winner with proper talent, proper coaching, and proper ownership. And that's what we don't know. We definitely don't know if we have that up top.
Right.
For sure. The rest of it underneath is a question mark. Yeah.
I think they did. And I think this is important because my father and I talked about it on the Patron show this past weekend, where we broke down both Treston Ebner and Jatiri Carter. And then we started talking about the Chicago Bears culture as a whole. And this is why my father and I are step for step with the Bears, because we feel like Eberflus is coming from a place where football coaching, not plays, not trying to be the smartest, not trying to be the best, but to try to embrace the game of football for what the integrity of it is. So all the minutia, all the noise, from Peter Schrager to even my boy Olin Kreutz, all that stuff doesn't matter when the head coach is going to set the fucking tone and say, this right here, this line of acceptability is only going to be crossed by those of us that are going to be Chicago Bears under my fucking watch. I've never had that since Ditka. And you could go fuck yourself, Mike North, and everybody else that doesn't understand that the head coach is so important to the whole complexity of this. Because if you just let people do whatever they want, they're going to fucking dog it, or they're going to take advantage. And then there's 7 guys that love the game of football that are going to be there. But you need that head coach to put these players in the position to win culturally and philosophically. And I think this guy is bringing it.
I agree, Phil. And I think it even goes beyond that, you know, at this level. I don't want to bring the guy's name up because I don't know if he even wants this out there. I think we may have talked about it with our patrons, but his son, you know who I'm talking about, his son was working an event at Soldier Field, and he went down into the depths of Soldier Field.
No, he said we could talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Jim Larison, and his son was, what was it, like a Dave Matthews Band concert or something. He was there for working it, and he went down into the bowels of Soldier Field and was talking to some of the workers that you never see, and said, hey, do you guys get to meet any of the players and coaches and stuff like that? And they told him, it was pretty rare for where they worked to meet anybody.
No, it was never happened.
Oh, okay, I thought they said it was rare, but either way, that's not even the entire point of this. But they were talking about the head coaches, and I believe it was it Lovey that, or no, it was Mark Trestman that got lost and needed to ask them for directions on how to get someplace in the complex in Soldier Field. So they did see him then, but they had never met a head coach working at Soldier Field until when Matt Eberflus was hired, who took the time out of his day to make it a point to go down into the bowels of the stadium and shake hand and meet every single worker, introduce himself, tell him who he was, and to thank him for everything that they do each and every day. And to your point about if you're going to build the right culture, you can say that doesn't matter, but it fucking matters. That little things like that go a long fucking way, because those are the fringe guys. Those are the guys that are busting their ass each and every day. They're not making life-altering money, but they're doing a lot of work. And Eberflus took time out of his day to go down there. And those guys are never going to forget that. And that says a lot about, I'm not even talking about him as a coach, just as a human being. That says a lot about Matt Eberflus, the human. Now he's got to go out and he's got to prove that he's going to have a handle on this entire team, not just the defense, not just the offense, not just special teams, but the whole thing. It's not about, people seem to be so worried about the offensive side of the football. And if the Bears have success, then Getsy is going to be gone. Well, the most important part of this entire thing is going to be having the right fucking head coach.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That's where it starts in terms of the staff. And if we'll see. And Phil, you called Matt Nagy earlier than anybody. We're going to be doing a BHL in week 3, and we're going to have a lot of questions answered. I believe it's not going to be the final roster, but you're going to have a lot of questions that we've had, and they're going to have some answers to how he's going to react to this.
Stay there. To your point, week 3, fans, remember that. Eric Lambert, you can write your story on it. It's fine. The reality is we're going to answer and have those answers. Did we lose with great coaching? We tried, but we just got beat.
Yeah.
That's the difference that I have not seen. I've seen it's 4th and 1. Okay, Cordero Patterson on a dive, and we fucking lose because of coaching. And people will say whatever. Oh, it didn't matter. That didn't matter. I can go through football like nobody else can. Nobody. I'll fucking challenge you. And I'll show you a coaching situational moment where you could have turned the tides of the whole fucking game, but you didn't. I can tell you that's why I was adamant that Matt Nagy was a shoe salesman before anybody. And I took a lot of shit. And I stayed in the fucking pocket and took all the shots and said, watch the fucking tape. That's what this network stands for. And you could say, you can't rewrite history. They could try. He could delete all of my work back at the old network. You could do that. You could try to step up and challenge me. That's fine. But I'm going to win, because I'm going to tell you right now what Shayne is talking about. We're going to see. Jordan will never, ever be able to step a foot in my area. Maybe in basketball, he'll out-rebound me. That's it. In football, no. The reality is that those weeks we're going to see this guy's coaching his ass off, properly preparing his football team to compete against San Francisco. Now, the most sensical Bears fan, no. What are you going to get against San Francisco opening day? You are going to get heavy run, boot, waggle game. So you as a head coach know that that's where you start. You're doing the same fucking thing. You're going to be doing that same offense. So you have to be prepared and get your guys ready, tackle, block, and finish. Play with this term. Shayne, just in the offseason, he's going to tell you there's not going to be any loafing. We are going to be watching practice, the game. It's my coach's job. It's my job to hold everybody accountable offensively, he says, and defense. Are you going to call plays? Nope. I'm here to be the head coach. Boom. Win. Shayne, the Jim Larison story, his son going down, talking with security, meeting those guys, showing you ain't big. You ain't going to big time anybody. This realness. Do you love football? I can't say. I know people get upset that me and Shayne were like, well, Lovey deserved to be fired. He could not get the offense going. And we kind of romanticize his presence here. But 10 years of time, you saw where it was going. So I didn't care much about the record because I felt like he had stopped growing as a head coach. He couldn't, hiring Mike Martz, Mike Tice, fucking trading this guy, Thomas Jones. We're trading Greg Olsen. We're losing the battle. We kind of stayed in one point. Then you get the next mistake. What did Shayne say? Administration made it. They hired Phil Emery. He fired Lovey and hired Tressman over Arians.
I liked Lovey Smith, the head coach, but it was time.
It was.
I got to give Olin some credit here because he just mentioned this the other day. We hold Lovey Smith's Bears in such high regard because yes, they made the Super Bowl, but they were also wildly inconsistent year after year after year. They were up and then they were down, and it was time. It was time. And Lovey didn't win in Tampa, and you can say that he got the shaft, and that's fine. He's won 25 games as a head coach since 2014. So he's got a lot to prove this year. I mean, I think Cutcliffe got the fucking shaft in Houston. I think he should still be the head coach in Houston. Lovey's going to have his shot now, but that is something that I could debate with anybody also is keeping on Lovey Smith. What was going to change? What was going to change? You have players from the team saying how flawed it was. Lovey, our offensive line sucks. That's coming from a guy that's the lead of your entire fucking team, and you go get him who? The
Julius Peppers.
Well, yeah, you go out and sign Julius Peppers to
Frank Omiel.
Frank Omiel, yeah. Watch
Olin telling the story.
Remember what he said? He said Cherry Angelo said, "You got to watch this. Watch this game." Olin's like, "It's one game.
One game.
That's what you're showing me.
It's one game."
Lovey's like, "Come on down here, big guy. We got you. Frank the Tank."
Who the Frank the Tank?
I pride myself on knowing everybody, and when they signed Frank Omiel, I'm like, "Who the?" I mean, I had heard the name. I didn't know hardly anything about him, and he had been in the league for a little bit. But you can't put Lovey Smith on a perch when he was wildly flawed.
Listen, Lovey did some great things, but we can't, like I said, romanticize this at the time, whether it was Jay Cutler, Lovey, the old line, the trading of Olsen and hiring of Martz, Terry Shea, and these offensive failures couldn't get you even mediocrity offensively. Not even in the mediocre. You were so poor.
Yeah.
And you had that one glimmer, like you said, Shayne.
Right. And real quick, just one more thing with Lovey in Houston. Let's call a fucking spade a spade. Lovey Smith would not have been the head coach in Houston with the Miami Brian Flores situation. If that hadn't cropped up, Josh McCown would have been the head coach of the Houston Texans today. 100% locked and loaded, confirmed, say whatever you want. They didn't want it because he had zero experience as a head coach, and they didn't want to go down that, stare that barrel of the gun down. He would have been the head coach of the Houston Texans right now. They didn't want to deal with that.
Josh McCown. I'm interested in Josh McCown, but well, this is the off season, so we can talk about it a little bit. Former Bear, so it connects. He's an interesting guy. That dude. I'm a believer in that dude. That would have been an interesting hire to see how it played itself out. Or was it more of a,
he's going to be the next head coach of the Houston Texans. Lovey's not going to,
right?
Yeah,
it's a 1 or 2 year.
Lovey's not there long term. Yeah, 100%.
I remember. I'm old enough to remember at the old network people loving what's his name, Adam Gase. Oh my God, we lost Adam Gase. Holy shit! What happened to that? We rewrite history, and that doesn't happen here, or none of you would let us, because we've talked so much shit. You would throw it up in our face. So that's why I take a lot of pride, because I'm never going to speak out of turn when it comes to the tape. Like, I don't switch from liking George Pickens on Tuesday to Wednesday, kind of the whole vibe and energy of everybody saying.
From fan pressure?
Yes, I don't get pressured by nobody. I stay with my analysis, and I'll go there. And if I'm wrong, I'm going to be the first one to be wrong. Everyone could throw my love for
but that's the thing about
Johnny Manziel.
That's the thing about this business, Phil. Anybody that tells you that they're never wrong in football, and I've had some epic whiffs. Everybody, there's no perfect situation in this model of breaking players down. I mean, you've heard me, but offensive line breakdown is not my forte. I've openly talked about that. It's, I've struggled with it, and I've had some guys that I've liked that have worked out, and I've had some guys, the opposite way that I despise, and they've been fantastic players. But there's no perfect process to any of this. And if people want to tell you that they get every single one right, they're
Matt Miller
devaluing themselves, because that's bullshit. Everybody knows I was a Deshaun Kaiser guy. Loved the fucking guy. Loved the guy. Didn't know him personally, and I should have taken Brian Kelly's word that he wasn't mature enough. He needed to come back to school and mature. And 100%, that was the thing. And he went to the worst spot possible for an immature football player in Cleveland at the time.
When you put a lot of work in it and you see people flip-flopping and then getting praised by manipulatively wording their, like, deleting their past or whatever they do, it disheartens the whole thing. And I should have a bigger or higher belief in humanity, which I don't. I got to be honest. I've been let down by people too much, and it's disappointing. Like, there are some great people, not only fans of this network, but people I work with on this network, that they give me hope in humanity. But ultimately, it's just one of those things. I can't shut my mouth. I'm the fighter. So I'm going to fight on Bears Hour Live with a rant after a win or a loss. But I'm also going to fight for the guy that has no blue check mark, that's a fan of ours, that he said this to me first. I'm never going to back down and defend Iceman, for example. I'll just throw him in. I see him in the chat. If Iceman said something to me, I'm always my boy Iceman. Oh, I make it a point to do that. I don't see people doing that shit for Cars, for Shayne, for Phil, even Claudio in some of his amazing takes that he's had. Only me and Shayne stand up for you, Claudio. So it's like,
listen.
What
take? Let's talk. What takes did I get wrong? Go ahead.
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman.
Whoops. That wasn't that hard.
Listen.
All right, back to the bunker. Jesus.
What takes did I get wrong? We'll start. I don't even know if he's had a take. Let's put you on the spot real quick. Bears' best draft pick this year. Who's going to stand out?
Well, I mean, that's hard to say because we haven't seen them play in any games.
No shit. So this is where you stand.
Well, I mean,
Does that help?
Brisker. How about Brisker? Brisker.
You're going with
even
Brisker.
though he hasn't signed yet. Brisker. Yeah, I think he's gonna ball out.
I saw one of the questions, Shane. Are you worried about Brisker not being signed yet?
No, they're starting to fall off. Those second rounders that are unsigned, there's some. These fucking owners get crazy. I mean, there was a guy that in year 3 had 0 guaranteed money, and another dude that had 330,000 guaranteed in year 3. Well, I mean, let's be fucking honest. $330,000 to any team in the NFL is nothing. And if you believed in the kid enough to fucking draft him in round 3 or round 2, are you really going to pick? I would rather be like, no, you know what, dude? Here, we'll get you in here. Let's go. Let's be ready to go. I mean, I don't think he's going to hold out. They're starting to fall in line. I mean, it's a slotted system anyway. It's the fucking minutia. It's the wording in the contract. You saw it with Roquan, back in the day when he held out. But I'm not worried. I think he'll get here because these guys are starting to sign. You just saw that Ritter just signed in Atlanta. A couple other guys have fallen off. So, yeah, I'm not worried.
I'm not worried either. I think to Claudio's point would be my point. He's the guy I'm very, obviously, if you've watched our draft coverage, second to none when it comes to Bears draft coverage and insight, you would have saw how excited I was and in shock because there's 2 stances. You're expecting an offensive selection, and then they select probably one of my favorite players. I compare him to Mike Brown and Brian Urlacher having a baby. That's Brisker. I think he's that instinctive and athletic and freakish. He's explosive. So he's the perfect fit opposite Eddie Jackson. So yeah. I'm with you there, Claudio. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Did you guys see the Jaquan? Yeah, you're starting to fade out a little bit. Did you see the Meet the Rookies, Jaquan Brisker, that they released this morning?
Listen, I just saw my app give me updates, and the update was the Bears announced they're going to do Meet the Rookies, preceding by 2 episodes of Meet the Rookie. So I haven't seen.
It looks like they go way out of their way. I mean, it's quite a production, and then we get 10 minutes of fucking video, and I'm like, we can't get like a fucking 30-minute episode on each of these fucking guys. I mean, this is the perfect time of year for that content.
Well, it should have been released a week ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you're leading right up to camp. You got about 20 rookies to do.
But if you watch Brisker's, it's
great.
Bayless Jones was the first one that was out.
Okay.
And not Jaquan Brisker, but Brisker's is very good because they deals with the with the death of his brother, and
Brisker says so much that I don't know. I've never heard. Like someone's got to help him get.
Yeah, didn't Mitch have one of those crutches too? Mitch had one too that he said all the time.
If we did a drinking game with Bratcher and Cars on how many times Brisker would say, drunk Cars would be an epic
Wasn't
episode.
there a patron offering up every time Phil said identity for David Montgomery, we drank?
Is that it?
I think
so. Is
so.
that a drinking game?
I believe so.
Mitch always did this for sure. Him and the coach.
Yeah, for sure.
It drove me fucking nuts on this network. How can I forget? Because then your boy, Greg Bragg, started saying it too. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, what's this for sure shit?
Quit picking on Mitch.
For sure.
Oh, my God.
You guys want to take some questions?
Sure.
For sure.
Absolutely. There's a couple questions about N'Keal Harry. What do you guys?
N'Keal Harry. For me, let me just start off N'Keal Harry. My father, being a Patriots fan himself, he said it great as well. Sometimes a change of scenery is going to do somebody some really great things. Sometimes it doesn't. I remember him coming out of Arizona State. I thought he had a sloppy body with great hands, that if he went into the NFL and worked on himself, his body, his craft, then he would be something special, because there was no questioning his talent. Then you add the fact that he's one of the better blocking receivers you're going to see. His stalk blocking game is phenomenal. And you know how I felt about Allen Robinson. So if you're going to get a run identity and you're going to have, you know, a blocking receiver like N'Keal Harry. Oh, by the way, Pringle apparently is one of the best as well, if not the best.
Yeah, I think he was number one, and Harry was number 2, I believe.
So there you go. You get these two guys that are whoever made that ranking. I gotta make sure. I don't know, but we'll just say for Jay Capone to Don that both of them are very good at it. Let's fuck the ranking. So whoever gave this ranking, I don't know how they came up with that ranking. So I'm just gonna say N'Keal, or is it N'Keal?
N'Keal.
I thought it was N'Keal as well.
Yeah.
N'Keal, thank you for playing along, Ryan Cox, with the show. N'Keal, to me, is going to be it's a great trade, Shane. It's a shot at finding his identity, his person, and he's got great hands. My dad was like, I think he plays in the slot, and you use him that way. He's a great blocker. You're getting the edge. You're running inside and outside zone. Now you got a guy, obviously, and I thought you guys did a great job attacking his weakness, Shane. He isn't an athletic, high point, jump ball catch, radius guy, because he's not in shape. Maybe if he loses 10 pounds and works on his body, goes to the footwork king, our boy, this guy could be a superstar. It's up to him. Exactly. The Iceman showing up today. Low risk, high reward. 7th round fucking shot in 2024. It's not even 2023 for the Blog Boys. So I love it.
We talked about it a lot last week, and I don't want to rehash the whole thing, but is he perfect? The one thing that stood out to me, and I had mentioned last week that Greg Gabriel brought it up too, for whatever reason, people have made him 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", and he's not that. And I mean, there's literally Bears fans that are
right?
6'2" and what?
Because it's
3'8".
listed at 6'4".
Yeah, and the Bears have him. The Bears have him listed bigger, and
exactly.
You know what? That NFL
Larry
Combine,
Mayer. Lunch with Larry puts it in his article. I was going to screenshot it for you.
NFL Combine is like 6'2" and 3/8", I believe, was the official.
He's almost 6'3".
But there's Bears fans out there that, here's the tight end we haven't had. And I'm like, oh my God, people are just, the Bears didn't trade him to move this dude to tight end because he's a wide receiver. He's not a tight end. And they fall in love with he can block. Yeah, let's put him at tight end. Thing about it is with Harry, he's a bigger guy, but he doesn't have a big catch radius. And
I love balls.
Exactly. But that is something that you don't see too often with bigger guys. But I'm not sure what happened in New England. Something obviously happened for him to fall out of favor.
He doesn't fit their culture.
Yeah.
Tom Brady didn't like him when he was there. So there was some sort of dynamic there. And that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
But again, is he humbled? For a 7th round, we talk about Madden speed rankings.
Yeah.
You get traded by a 7th round pick, and your boys are giggling at you that you played with, that maybe got drafted after you. You were a 1st round pick. You're about to be a bum. You're about to be a bust. You're about to get out of the league. How do you handle that? Listen, we've all read this story or watched it. Some of these guys go out of their way, and all of a sudden, they don't fucking step up to the challenge. I don't know N'Keal Harry. I don't know him personally. If he's looking in the mirror saying, I'm going to show all these motherfuckers and play this great game of football and go to a place that needs superstars, You got a great place to be if you strike lightning.
If he can't make the fucking team here, he's gonna have some problems. That was one thing that Gabriel pointed out. He looks at the trade as a waste of a 7th round draft pick and doesn't believe that he's even gonna make the roster. I think that I don't agree with it either. I think that that's a stretch because the Bears don't have wide receivers like him. You know what I mean? He's the type of guy that I think that they're gonna try to unlock him. I mean, you're out of 2024 7th round draft pick, so we drafted a punter, Trenton Gill, in the 7th round this past draft. It's well worth the gamble. Another name that's out there is a guy that could be shipped in the same type of a deal or cut during camp. And somebody asked me today on Twitter about Jalen Reagor, different body style, totally different type of wide receiver. Speed element is amazing. Dude just can't catch. I mean, he double clutches everything. It's rare for him to have a cleanly caught ball. But again, would I take a flyer on Jalen Reagor? You're damn right I would. I would take a flyer on him.
Yeah, what does it hurt?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all.
Listen, one last point, Claudio, on Harry. I think when someone says it's a waste of a pick, in 2024, we can accrue that pick 15 times, just like you saw this past season. Yeah. So I'd rather take a shot and roll the fucking dice that this kid is going to look in the mirror and say, I am a 1st round pick. I am embarrassed. And I'm going to go out there and prove everybody wrong. That, to me, is worth the risk. And Shayne and I have been saying this for fucking how many years? Like, the Bears don't make take these chances. Start taking these chances.
The point that the Bears are at right now, that is the exact type of deal. You heard it in the open that Caden made for us, and that was the thing.
Great job, Caden.
Ryan Pace would have made this exact deal, but he would have given up a 2024 3rd round draft pick.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Great line.
But this is the type of deal that you have to make. If he goes out there and is lazy and is loafing and doesn't give a fuck, then he's gone, and you're out a 7th round draft pick in 2 years that you can recoup, easily as a comp pick, trading down at some point, doing whatever.
Imagine if he does hit. I mean, I've watched this.
That's
game,
the thing, though, Phil. You don't even need him to hit. You need him to be, even if he becomes average, that's going to be an improvement overall on the depth chart in Chicago.
I'm just your explanation is better. I'm just thinking, like, we traded for Marv Cook, for God's sake, in 1990. Yeah. And Marv Cook goes down the seam and makes this one fucking catch over 2 linebackers and moves the fucking chains. And here's young Phil like, yes, we're throwing the ball down the seams and we got a tight end going up, catching it and continuing a drive. It's at the end of the day, you blog boy fucks. Start knowing it ain't about your stats.
Yeah.
It's about moving the fucking chains. If this kid comes out there and we're running outside zone and all of a sudden you got Adrian Amos coming up here and N'Keal Harry puts Adrian Amos on his ass and David's is able to take it outside. That didn't show up in the fucking stats, Jordan.
What if it's Khalil Herbert since he's better in the open field?
One out. Yep. And he's better. And if Khalil Herbert gets outside for Bratcher, because N'Keal Harry fucking lit Adrian Amos up in the alley, then yeah, that doesn't show up on Jonathan Wood's fucking poster board's wallpaper of stats, but it does for young Tate, who's watching the game with his dad, and Riley, watching their favorite running back get a first down, move the chains against the Green Bay Packers. That's where this game of football is the difference. So N'Keal has an opportunity here. Exactly. Iceman's on fire tonight, Shayne. Fucking Allen Robinson would infuriate me.
Who was his
fucking
shitty
gave up.
profile?
He gave up.
Who was his shitty profile picture? Iceman's.
I think it's
Oh,
a lot of
LeBron.
people hate on this dude, man. I love
LeBron?
that dude, LeBron. He's a great athlete, man.
Oh,
That's a
nobody's
whole story
doubting
for
that.
another day.
Oh my God.
I learned how many people hate LeBron. And I'm like, why you hate LeBron? He's so good. But I don't watch basketball. Like, I guess there's a lot of
I think that.
Off
Well, no, I don't
course,
want
it's all
to.
off
I don't
course,
want
so.
to. I don't want to go down the fucking rabbit hole, but I think it all turned for LeBron when he did his 2010. I'm taking my talents to South Beach fucking TV spot and
that
all that. Yeah, that was cringeworthy at best.
Okay.
But,
Listen,
you know.
I just recognize his talent on the court. You guys know I haven't watched a NBA game since Magic and Michael Cooper, Shane.
Yeah, don't make me talk about Michael Cooper because Phil will get kicked off the fucking airwaves with his comment. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I don't even remember what I said. I just remember Michael Cooper never missed a shot. I used to be a kid in the NBA game and Claudio was there. Those guys would just never miss, like Bird coming down.
You said
boom.
You told
Yeah.
Greg and I one day on the phone that he
Yeah.
had a better jumper than Michael Jordan.
I still think he does have a better
my God.
jumper. Michael Jordan is the best ever.
He does
But
have
I
a
never
better
saw
jumper.
anybody shoot like Michael Cooper till this kid Curry. Holy fuck, this kid.
He's hosting the ESPYs right now.
Is he?
Steph Curry took a shot at the Lakers and LeBron tonight.
Did he?
He gave praise to the Los Angeles Rams for winning the Super Bowl, and he said it's nice to see one team in LA pay a bunch of money for overpriced older superstars and have it work out.
Nice. I respect that. Did anybody get up and slap him? I'm just making sure.
No.
Nobody did that, Claudio. Listen, more questions, Claudio.
Yeah, well,
Go ahead.
you guys are talking about the receivers. You talked about the depth chart. So, what do you guys?
We
real
did?
Quick. I mean, where? Do you, well, yeah. Shane brought it up.
I did.
I'm looking at the depth
So,
chart. What do you guys think of the depth chart?
Where are you guys thinking right now? Top four.
Top
Well,
four. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be
I
Mooney.
wanted to talk about this. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Mooney.
It's going to be Mooney. I don't have it in front of me, but I'm just going off the top of my head. Mooney. I think Pringle's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Obviously. Obviously, Velus Jones is going to be involved a bunch. I mean, everywhere. I guess I better
You got
bring it up.
Equanimous St. Brown.
Is
You
he a
got-
lock to you to make the team?
I think he's a lock to make the team. Yeah, I do.
How about Pettis?
I do. Dante Pettis. I think he's too slight.
He showed some flashes on the Niners, man.
He has shown flashes. I liked him coming out, but I thought he was. I'm the first one to admit, Darnell Mooney, I didn't think was going to be this determined and have this kind of determination in his game, where he's just.
That was my one good take. That was my one good take right there.
This
Mooney.
kid has. This kid.
He's got to
I was on
continue
him
it.
early. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Daz Newsome. I don't think he makes the team.
Daz has to grow up. We'll just say that he's got to.
Daz has got to grow up.
There's a lot more to being in the NFL than living the NFL lifestyle. You have to want it and work. That's what we'll say about that.
Do you believe?
He's got talent?
Do you believe N'Keal Harry makes the team, Shane?
I do. I think
I'm
he does.
with you.
Yeah, I do.
So
I think he does.
So far, we have Mooney, Velus are two locks for me. Pringle with the off the field stuff and not getting cut after that whole episode.
I mean, it's
they've
what he
gone
did
out of
was-
their way to
What
to
he did was
praise his-
stupid.
yeah,
what he
they-
did was stupid. But I mean,
more, right?
What's that?
no, I'm talking about Pringle. He was
Oh.
doing donuts in his Hellcat with his. How old was his son?
More
Yeah,
did
his
some
son
more
was like-
up too, right?
Yes,
More-
we're gonna
yeah,
get into it.
more had-
Iceman's losing me here with
weapons and drug
Pettis.
charges, and he passed out behind the steering wheel in
look
the
at
Taco
this.
Bell drive-thru.
Jackal doing shit. News update. We don't want that.
Yeah, close out Pornhub, by the way, before you bring up your tabs, dumbass.
Now we're loading. Who's got the shitty internet? What the fuck just happened there? It was working out, Jackal. What'd you do?
What Tajay Sharp?
Yeah,
I loved this dude coming out, but
early,
I think,
remember. Yeah,
remember I'm out of Temple. And he showed a lot of like resiliency, and he would make plays every week. Is this somebody's guess? So Pringle, they put Equinemius St. Brown as the number 2, whoever this is. So there you go. Then they got Pettis, Claudio 3, or maybe I'm reading this wrong. No, I am wrong. So slot wide receiver 1, I see it now. They have Pringle, Valus, and Mooney. I agree. Then they got Equinemius, they got Daz, and Harry. And I don't agree with Daz.
Yeah, and then the other guy that we haven't talked about is the holdover, Simba Webster, who they actually claimed him off waivers after final cuts from San Francisco. He's
still there. He was still on the roster, right? We didn't cut him after he had that bad fumble or whatever he did, and they benched him.
Finky is the other name.
Fink. He's the
Notre Dame kid.
He's the Rudy.
Yeah.
I can't do the song. I'll keep it in everyone's head. The Rudiger song, Jackal. Did you ever see Rudy?
Oh, he's eating.
What up? Gotta love those impromptu fucking.
What are you eating, Jackal?
Edible.
There he is.
Goldfish.
I don't think they're supposed. They're supposed to be crunchy, bro.
No, well, there's certain popcorns and goldfish you may find certain places. You know, I may not know about those types of things, but how we doing, gentlemen?
Was that a Monster? What was that you were drinking?
Ginger ale.
Power energy drink? Just ginger ale.
Is that like an extra long can?
I know it looks like very long.
It's like
ginger.
It's like what do you call it? 16 ounces, you know?
Jackal likes ginger.
You know?
He loves some ginger ale.
Talk about someone saying you know a lot.
You know?
How we doing, boys?
Good.
Getting ready
You
for
want to
football.
say hello to your boy Bratcher?
Bratcher, how we doing, AB?
How we doing, Jackal? How you doing?
I love we're talking football right now, guys.
What did you think about Bratcher's show last week, Jackal?
My show.
How did you think he performed?
His performance.
Like a 6, 5.
He always performs well. Just ask him.
That's what she said.
Bratcher, you did great, man. You did fucking awesome.
I really thought it was his best show. I watched the whole show. It was the first time I've watched one of our shows in its entirety.
Cherie's rolling her eyes in the green room.
Let's bring her in here. Hi, Cherie.
Here we go.
Hello, welcome back, Phil.
Thank you, Cherie. It was nice to see your mom in the green room.
Yeah.
She loves herself some DDP.
Yes, she does.
She's my #1 fan.
Although from people I've shared the show with, she's not the only one that loves her.
Listen to this.
Those ears. Here we
I
go.
love all of
Listen, the fact that Cherie is bringing more fans to the DDP side is making me very happy. Now, it's great to see everybody here tonight. We're talking Bears before camp. B4C. B4C. Look at that. B4C. Before camp, Bratcher. This is the stuff we talk about before we see the pads, like Sam Mustafa starting at guard.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. They
Yes.
talk, Olin is still putting out there that he believes that Mustafa is going to be the center. Patrick is going to move over to right guard. But then on his latest pod, he talked about how the Bears offensive linemen obviously have been told that they want them to drop weight and be, quicker and faster. But yet Sam has went the exact opposite direction. They have him listed at 332 on the Bears official roster. I mean, when he came into the NFL, I believe he was sub 300. And Phil, you've seen pictures. It doesn't look like
during the show last week. A picture
doesn't look like good weight to me, but
he looks like he's got the dad bod, like straight down, and then the
is that weird that you said as soon as you said dad bod, somebody popped into the green room?
Someone popped into the green room.
I love balls.
He's a very nice dick that any woman would love. There he is.
Everyone's reaching for that drop.
He didn't clean off the couch tonight. Cars got caught.
You like
there he is.
That's what happens when you're all in that shine.
My Little Pony.
We've been having all sorts of one-on-one meetings and business discussions with the unicorn and the elephant.
Nice.
You know, it's time for your mid-year child reviews. So if you haven't started to give them their mid-year reviews and let them know where they stand, it's not too late. It's not too late.
There you go. Speaking of fans, there's a lot of Cars fans.
Oh yeah,
led by David G. Look at that.
They're
Cars
all getting
rocks.
ready for Cars Keys.
Yes, I did meet
Cars
Keys is going to be exciting, and I apologize because I've been under the weather, been
How
dealing
dare
with a
you
lot.
get sick?
But
How
Cool
dare
Kennedy
you?
has started the theme song for Cars Keys, and it's going to be so delicious. And
Fuck yourself.
I'm sorry, Cars. I'm trying my hardest.
Is that the beginning of it?
Coming in hard. Yeah, you gotta come in
The
throwing
only
a few uppercuts.
tease I will say is a certain, what do they call that? Is that a flute? The pan flute? What is pan flute might make it.
Do you remember Zamfir, the pan flutist that they used to, the infomercials?
Late nights.
Yeah.
The Greek guy, he looked like Kenny G, right? With all these curls coming down.
Bratcher took Naomi. Their first date was to a pan flutist. Where she fell in love with him.
I took her to jazz flute. Get it right. Jazz flute concert. Ron Burgundy was
pronounced Yaz. It's a soft J.
Jazz flute.
Yeah, it's a soft J.
Yes.
There you go. You sound a little far away. Did your mic get there?
Let's try that. Is that any better?
There you go. There.
You guys hear that in the background at all, though?
The pan flute?
No, listen closely.
My timing is impeccable. Holy
Awkward silence. Yeah.
Sheree, is your mother in watching distance here?
No, absolutely not.
It's okay, Sheree. You're back. We're back. If you're just tuning in, we're talking Bears tonight. B4 camp, B4C. We're going to be obviously Claudio throwing all the questions from the chat. Keep throwing them in. We're going to go starring them, back to them, answering them. We won't forget where we are, but right now we got to pay the bills, Cars, because we sent a lot of money over across the pond, and we got to pay those bills. So, Sheree, Manscaped has been.
I love balls.
Yes, because you love balls and I love balls.
Who doesn't?
Who's got the biggest balls of them? Isn't that a song?
Yeah.
The biggest balls of them all.
Look at that, Cars. I'm throwing some old school rock. I don't know who sang that song, but yes. Do you love your balls? Because Manscaped has got you covered, Sheree. That's your cue.
I don't know.
Wait for it.
I was trying to give you a nice segue.
Thank you, Phil.
YOKO. Promo code YOKO. is Dead's there's the music. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Our friends at Manscaped, the global leaders in below the waist grooming, have spent 2 years designing the most comfortable boxer brief out there for your man or you. Sleek, soft, comfortable, and flexible, the brand new Boxer 2.0 from Manscaped takes his balls to heaven on earth. Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0
soft
for the trimming. So you and him can wear the Boxer 2.0 for the chilling. They even trademarked the jewel pouch, so you know it's serious. I think it's time you invest in your man's family jewels with this exclusive offer. Get 20% off plus free shipping by using our code YOKO at manscaped.com. Now, I'm learning about these new boxes myself, but I have heard reviews of that jewel pouch that they speak of.
Hey, Shuri, can I butt in for a minute? Because
please do.
I was just gonna say.
I want to, Jordan.
Come on, man.
I understand where you work. Know where the fuck you are, and maybe learn some history. Because if you want to come in here and be a fucking dick like that, we'll address the shit with Barlissimo very fucking soon. So maybe you should shut the fuck up when you come on our show before you run your mouth. And if we don't want to acknowledge where we came from, we're well fucking warranted. And you can tell your fucking guys that you work for, cut this fucking clip and play it for them. How about that? Don't come on to our fucking show trying to be a pretentious fucking dickhead like that, okay? Jordan, don't be a fucking bitch on our show. That's bullshit. Fucking, you're a dickhead, dude. Oh my God, grow the fuck up. Do we split amicably with anybody? Yeah, we've let lots of fucking people go, have zero problems. We have problems with people that aren't fucking honest. We'll address that, just like I'm calling your dumb ass out now for being a dick. So fuck you, Jordan. That's seriously though.
That took literally
probably the worst fucking promo ever for Manscaped. But Jordan does shit like that. He's probably sitting there and saying, "Holy fuck!" Maybe even punched a fucking hole in his blow up doll. I don't know. That's just fucked up, dude. Seriously, that's so fucking that's bullshit. Phil and I have every fucking right in the world to handle where we came from any fucking way we want. Any fucking way we want. Don't come on here and try to dictate our fucking show because your ass is going to get called out for it, just like you are now. And I'm sure you're fucking pissed off. Fuck that. We're where we are because of where we fucking came from, because we improved ourselves 100%. You know why you're like that? It's called fucking jealousy. So you fucking deal with that. Fuck that.
You must have been at the top of your fucking class.
You are fired.
No, because I see bullshit like that. Yeah. It's that where Jordan's working where we came from, and that's fucking fine. I'm glad we're not there. So I'm sure he's been fed a line of bullshit. That's great. Good. Don't come onto my fucking show
you just
and put shit out
in
there.
Your
no, fuck
chatter
that.
Room holster.
Yeah. Guess what, Jordan? If we were still there, you wouldn't be there. How's that?
Fuck.
I love it.
Fuck.
One more time.
We gotta come up with a segment. Fucking Shayne. Fucking just.
No,
I have zero
tolerance for
people in the chat.
I have zero tolerance for bullshit like that on my fucking network, on our fucking show. No, it's bullshit.
You always keep it 100, Shayne. You keep the energy of the show. I didn't see the comment, and
I did. I was gonna put it up and I put it back down real fast. I was like, oh.
Obviously.
Yes,
I
I promise. Actually, that'll pause the promo for a second. Give you this promo.
Let's take the banner.
Shayne and I, you think this is fun? No holds barred.
Take that banner away.
A town hall. Ask all. We will answer all these kind of questions.
Jordan, sign up for Patreon.
Sign up
answer
for Patreon,
any question
Jordan. You want. I think he might be a patron. So he can ask any question he would like, and we we'll answer
Smack
them.
'ems up
Yes,
segment.
the smack 'em up segment with Shayne is coming.
Yes.
I think that has already lived. I don't think my boy has ever backed down from the truth. If you get Shayne that mad, you know you've stepped
Phil,
over.
you
a
know
line
it's
of truth.
fucking. You know it's
I
fucking
know.
bullshit. You know
I
it's
know.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't want to play the PC.
That's because
game.
he's been fed a fucking line and he thinks he can
Yes.
come on our fucking turf and pussyfoot around, and that's not the way that we address anything.
There's a response
listen,
from him, Shayne.
Shayne, why do you keep putting him up?
Well,
he's. Why do I don't need to get a hold of you, Jordan? You came here and asked the fucking question. You're pissed off. I get mad so quick. You're pissed off because we don't say the name of the network where we came from, Jordan. Where do you have a show right now? At that fucking network. You didn't give a fuck about that network.
It's actually respectful to not say the network.
Yes,
and not
exactly.
go into
Exactly.
that.
You're not
It's actually
trashing them on
respectful.
here.
We've actually
Never had.
You guys trash 12-15 a hell of a lot more. He trashed that network.
But that's what I'm saying. It's just
I have not
listen,
watched the old network since the day,
That's
the
fine.
very day, Sheree.
But the reason we're
that
bad
you left
guys is
with me.
because listen, there's two types of people in life. There's people that are going to support you, people like Cars that moved along with us because we love him. There's people that are going to support us and love us. We don't have a problem if you want to fucking call us out, but you know what? The other side of that fucking fence is people that are waiting for you to fail and the people that are fucking jealous. And that's exactly where that bullshit is derived from. And guess what? If you want us to fucking fail, you're gonna be waiting a long fucking time. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's why you one and one, Brad. You're right.
Fucking lunch, man.
Meal prep.
You just
What do you think you want? Netflix over
What do you
there?
want? Turkey?
Swag
You want
man.
some corn?
The swag man's back, Shayne. He's
People
even
don't know the
dropping
story,
mics there. Yeah. He's dropping a lot.
Who's Alex
Look at you.
Acevedo?
He's awake. Holy shit.
He's
Who is
awake,
that
he's
guy?
back.
I've
I
heard
love
of
that.
He
dude.
got
That's
doing
awesome.
push-ups in the garage right
Acevedo
now.
bought that fucking golf cart. We never heard from him.
He's got a USB charger. He's all set, man. He's good.
Become a patron, Shayne. Have we decided what night that is going to go down? The Phil and Shayne Town Hall. Anything goes when it comes to hoes because pimping ain't easy.
I think Cars wants in.
Cars, are you going to be in on that show?
I will be the anger
What's a
translator.
better night? What's a better night, Saturday or Sunday? Because Friday night I can't do it because
Saturday works best for me, but I mean,
I'm ready to go Saturday night, bro. Then
yeah.
You guys go. I actually have a date with my wife that night, which is unusual, but yeah.
Good for you.
Baby number 3, as
Baby
Ryan
number
Cox said.
No. Hey, Shayne, how's that sleep going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Exactly.
We're good.
Bringing out
That's what I
the
said, the
minivan
steps.
cars. You bringing out all the old tricks or what?
Yeah.
My niece has this cute little baby, and Shayne has this cute little baby girl. And my wife's like, "Oh, they're so cute." I go, "Those motherfuckers ain't sleeping either."
Stay away, bro.
Oh, she's cute. She's beautiful. I love her, but goddamn, she don't sleep.
It's always good when you get the "Can I throw a baby out of the window?" question. You know, just hypothetically speaking, can I just chuck her for a little while?
Yeah.
That's fine.
So anyway,
Look,
Saturday.
I don't want to take Jordan. I'm not going to hold ill will towards you for this. That's not the way that I operate. But I'm going to fucking address it when I see it. I know that's what some people don't like that with me because I'll take it. I'm usually not a fucking 0 to 60 guy. It's a 0 to 180. And then I'm not going to do the pin prick. I'm just going to fucking nuke you. And you probably just experienced that. It's fine. But I'm not going to hold ill will past this point. But dude, you knew what you were doing in there. That's fine. You're part of where we came from and good for you. I mean, I'm sure you guys are fucking thriving over there. I'm sure it's great. And we're doing our thing. So have fun.
Listen, if Jordan wants to know, there'll be a no holds barred town hall.
He's in here just.
It's all fair game with Phil and Shayne this weekend. We will patron show, answer any question you have about any.
I think we just lost our Manscaped deal, by the way.
No, we're still going to be in Manscaped, but
this is what happens when you don't
become a patron. The tape
Look.
never
I'm a hairy
lies.
bitch.
If you want to know anything, I'm going to answer it. And Shayne is going to answer it truthfully. So you want to know why we left the old network? You have a question. You have something that you're projecting, Jordan. That's the thing that Shayne's fired up about. I can like get past that because I think everybody and their brothers can understand and sisters can understand that
I love this show.
you got to take the high road sometimes. Even if Bratcher's talking when I'm talking, you got to I call everybody out. There's Cars take shit from me and he gives it to me. But you can't then draw a line in the sand and say, nobody else they can talk about. But they can we could break Allen's balls the whole fucking show, right? And Shayne and Phil's ball, we could do that shit. But don't talk about shit where people have done dirty shit to you. Don't talk about that. It's going to make people uncomfortable. Dirty ass shit. Shit that you don't even fucking believe and don't know. They're afraid. You want me to sign an NDA?
Exactly.
You want some fucking truth? So that is what I'll bring to the table.
Well, that's the fucking point. Is
don't come at Shayne or any of us with reality.
Jordan doesn't know 2% of the situation.
Lying.
So to come on and try to say that we're being the fucking negative ones about it, we're not saying the name of the fucking network because we've moved on from it. And guess what? The guy that you work with, that's what he wanted. We're actually honoring what he fucking wanted. We did nothing negative there.
And we've taken the high road. But once you've crossed this line of truth and you start changing a narrative, a story for Phil and Shayne, that's it. You open the door. I'm going to address it because I am not going to allow someone over there talking shit. And that's why I don't tolerate with David Montgomery. And I love Craig Wilfong. But I had to put him in his place. Like, all right, you're beating a dead. No, I don't stop fighting for injustice towards black people because we've heard it enough. No, it never fucking ends. The truth is there. It always is going to stand for this network. If fucking Khalil Herbert goes out there and plays his ass off and he is the greatest and unbelievable and showing that on tape, I'm going to fucking stand up for Khalil Herbert like nobody because the tape is going to tell me this guy is the real deal. And if I have to prove myself over and over, I'm the guy that fucking told you this coach was a scumbag. I told you Leno sucked and was a pussy. Me and Olin Kreutz went at it. I'm on Sam Mustipher. I don't back down. I love Olin Kreutz with all my heart. I don't agree with him. He can respect that. We're trying to better the Bears. But in this shit, you're not going to take a shot at Shayne. We're always going to keep it 100. If you don't, what he said. Ryan Cox said, Howard Stern, that's one of my idols. All right. And you might not agree with all, and he got labeled a guy talking about tits and ass all the time. But that was just one little aspect of him. If you listen to the show, which millions of people do, and guess what? He gets paid more than anybody in radio because he spoke his truth and the truth of what he believed and what really is out there. You might not agree with him, but you had to listen. And that's what this show is. Football, life, hip hop, everybody's personality from Cars and his analytics to everything comes into play here. And if it's about our past and we've taken the high road for a long time and we choose to say the other network, and if I take a shot at somebody who's been a dick, a scumbag, a letdown to me personally, then I'm going to do it.
Well, that's the point. I mean, Jordan, I'll be the better man and apologize. I probably went too far, but I'm reading your comments and your replies to it now. You're completely fucking ignorant to the situation, Jordan. You just don't know what the backstory is there. I mean, there's obviously a lot of vitriol and you just don't know. So maybe just shut the fuck up about it and, have a Coke and a smile at this point. because it's. I mean, you're commenting on shit that you don't fucking know. And to Phil's point, people always want to push Phil and I in a corner and paint us a certain way that we're, negative, and we're always going because we're calling out bullshit. You want to know why we don't like CHGO? Because of the hokey fucking.
Hold on. Let's just play a clip from CHGO. Jordan, you can grade this clip from CHGO. And when you put in work, I'll just set the scene. When you put in work, like if you watch Stranger Things and you see the work, the storytelling, the angles, the energy that was capturing 1980s, and it's coming off in that, right? And then you watch another show trying to do something similar and they're copying it, right? And it's a shitty version, you know the difference, right? Yes. So watch this.
Like, hey, the Packers are always going to have their quarterbacks. The Bears are going to have to face them twice a year. And before we went live at him, it's like you can put 2 losses on the Bears schedule there whenever it comes out. But
okay, I'm not taking a shot at Nicholas. I'm showing you if Carr said that, if Allen said that,
we'd call him out live on air.
I would fucking blast them and call them out to the extent where Allen was probably quit tomorrow because I've done it to people. Because that won't be top. That's cockamamie bullshit analysis that has got no semblance or any kind of truth. That's why we take shots and have fun and joke around. That if I have to explain the premise of keeping it 100 versus, I'm sure they could take something I said and make fun of it as well. Okay, but I'm coming from a place and that's why we have the fan base that we do. They
Phil, there is a separator to all of this. The CHGO stuff is in fun, taking shots and shit like that. From where we came from, there's whatever. I saw somebody put in there that they don't take shots at us or just say nothing but love. But Phil and I know the fucking story, and we know that that's 100% bullshit. I can sit there and tell you that you're a great fucking guy and not mean one fucking bit of it, but I'm not like that. If I got a fucking problem with you, I'm going to tell you right to your face, and I don't give a fuck if Mother Teresa is sitting next to you. I'm going to tell you what my problem is. Then we can work it out and get over it. There's bad blood there because of nothing that we did. And that's fine. Phil and I are better. Phil and I were told repeatedly we were going to fail on this fucking venture. And we have it. And that's the impetus to why people are upset. Right there. Look. Plain and fucking simple.
Yep. That's it. We went on a BHL rant.
So I'm going to do this real quick.
Sorry, guys.
Let's get back to it.
I love balls.
Play your drop, Alan.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get the music.
She was in the middle of her read. Craig Wilfong is not a racist.
Yeah. Bullets, calm down.
Bullets.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't keep up with that in the chat.
I just made that.
Went south quick over here.
I tried to make that analogy. I'm not going to stop defending David Montgomery like I won't stop defending people that have been persecuted, whether it be Hispanics, you throw any right, whatever. I just was making that point. This network is always going to stand for the truth, whether it be football or smooth shaved balls. That's where we're going to go.
Speaking of where we came from, code YOKO for 20% off your order.
Lipoctury.
We will answer why we chose the code YOKO on our Phil and Shayne Balls to the Walls show this weekend. Hopefully, Cars jumps on for at least 12 to 15 minutes. Cars. You're going to have to tell Steph.
That is 3 to 5x my normal lasting time, so we'll figure that out.
There you go.
Wait.
The gist for Cherie's face was perfect. Perfect. That's all I needed. Thanks, everybody. Good to see y'all. Really.
Are your balls
Car's internet's fucking up over there.
I love balls.
Still the best drop. I mean, I thought Angelo had the best drop, but now Cherie.
No, we got a better one.
Cherie.
No, I think Cap has the best drop.
Oh. Is Jordan going to have an issue with you taking a shot at Greg there? I don't know.
Depends on what show.
Let's say you're on a date and you catch that Manscaped on the waistband of his underwear. Daddy. Must mean they use the Lawnmower 4.0 from Manscaped, the best electric trimmer for below the waist grooming. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight you need to get a more precise shave. Beyond ball cleaning, Manscaped is focused on ball comforting with the new Boxers 2.0. Boost confidence everywhere you are, knowing he's wearing the absolute best pack for his sack. These boxers are a game changer, and features include the jewel pouch, a pouch designed to cradle his balls in their own special space, lined with perforated performance fabric to keep them well ventilated. Home sweet home for his balls. The micro model fabric is buttery soft and breathable, keeping his cucumber cool. Walk, run, strut. These moisture-wicking boxers breathe without breaking a sweat. The tagless waistband hugs his body without digging in, and it lays flat against his skin to reduce chafing. The front fly opening gives easy access. Oh, okay. It allows for multiple. I love balls.
Hey.
Oh shit.
And passage.
Love balls.
You can even choose from an arrangement of designs and colors and size ranges from small to 3XL for all the men out there. From El Jefe to Nighthawk, his balls will be in the right hand. Be proud of his underwear and let him wear Manscaped waistband with a badge of honor. His balls deserve it. Get 20% off plus free shipping with our code YOKO at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with our code YOKO at manscaped.com. Once the Boxers 2.0 touch his sack, he'll never go back. Oh gosh.
Are we done?
That was the end of the read. Why is Braxton busting up laughing?
I don't know.
Going crazy today. I love it, man.
He came.
Still, man. He came? He came.
Bratcher
came. Look at that. He doesn't want any kids.
Oh, shit.
Manscaped. Get over there. Use the code YOKO for 20% off your order. Listen, I don't support anything that I don't believe in. That's why I support all these people on the show. But use that 20% off YOKO code. This Manscaped is the real deal. I have both the 4.0 and the 3.0, Shane. And I have a Manscaped t-shirt as well.
And boxers.
Boxer briefs. Yeah. Listen, back to the questions and the answers here at the Tape Never Lies Network. Keeping it 100. Cars Keys. Cars Keys. Is Robert Quinn playing week 1? Yes, he will be playing week 1.
Just in a different uniform.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, Cars, you're going for the trade.
Yeah, I was reading several things, and there's a big belief, right, that Robert doesn't want to, not necessarily doesn't want to be here, but he doesn't want to be in a rebuild. And so I think the longer that this ends, if he doesn't really show up or isn't really active the first couple days, yeah, I think Robert's on his way out.
I agree with that. I mean, if they hold him back and coin it as a veteran day, yeah. They're just biding time to see somebody goes down. And like I said, I think he is the consummate pro. I just think he's at the age and that he just doesn't want to, he wants to get some jewelry. If he could be shipped off to a team that's going to contend for a Super Bowl berth, I think that would be probably, if you gave him some truth serum, what he wants. I just don't think he's going to come out and say it publicly, because they said it seemed a lot of things changed for him when they shipped Khalil Mack. They said that kind of opened up his eyes to the direction that this was headed in terms of overall roster. But it's gonna be interesting. I mean, fabulous player. It's gonna be interesting to see, because I mean, I'm not trading him for a 5th round pick.
No.
I mean, you can't do that, or even no. Can't do it.
Well, you think week 1
Would he
he's
hold
going
out?
to be traded in the preseason?
Yeah, I think
At
there's
cut downs?
Well, because I think there's going to be some injury. And if I look anywhere, right, like you look at San Francisco as a place who always has a lot of injury history with their guys, and D Ford never worked out. And if they move Garoppolo and free some space up, it kind of makes sense. But he's,
And then he'd be playing against you.
Yeah.
That would be not a very strategically smart thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, but I mean, in the end, right? The
Maybe
whole
week 2.
We'll see. I mean, like the whole thing that gets me thinking is right.
I'm not a fan of this.
Compete.
I'm just for the record.
You just want guys that are going to be here for the long term, and Robert is not going to get a second deal here. He's going to finish this one out, and that's going to be it. And so, yeah, I mean, maybe he does make it out to like week 8, week 9 here, but I don't know. My gut is saying sometime this preseason, if there's the right injury, he's out.
Stick with what you're saying. I don't agree. I think if there's going to be a trade, it's going to come closer to that trading deadline. Like you're saying, I don't know how many years. Does he have 3 years left on his deal now, or 2?
Yeah, 3, I believe, right?
Could someone check that?
After this year, it'll be 2.
12 producers.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, but he's got this year and then 2 years.
2025.
So that's 3.
They have an out
because
after
we
this
haven't
year,
played this year. So
The team
3
does?
years.
I'm pretty sure there's an out after 2022, if I remember right.
Well, that's probably
it's going to be a
guaranteed
lesser
money.
hit. It's going to be a lesser hit.
Yeah, it's just under $9 million after this year. So it's $12 million this year, 9, and then 4.
So there's there's 3 things. They could be a trade during preseason, like Cars and Shayne apparently believe. Then I could see a trade during the trade deadline, or you keep him and you trade him closer to the draft after he's been in your system. A system, guys, that he's perfectly made for. That's the thing. You're looking at, this cover 2 concept, 4-3 attack up the field, get a 3 tech, but you also have at the end of the day, you have to have great pass rushers. When you look back at that Super Bowl journey with Urlacher and company, Adwale Agunleye, Mark Anderson, and Alex Brown, who love him or hate him. I thought Alex was a serviceable guy. Mark Anderson obviously claimed the headlines with the double-digit sacks and getting the pass rush on 3rd downs. That's how you win. So that pass rush is so important. You're looking for it. But I completely get the Robert Quinn wanting a championship talk. So it's going to be interesting. I believe, just philosophically, based on him holding out, based on what you do philosophically on defense, that he would be a trade at the trade deadline to a team that's going for the gold. And that would be the best maneuver for the Bears.
It would be the best maneuver if he's playing well. If
you don't do a 5th round pick for this guy.
If he reverts back to what history shows that he does after a big year, then it's or he goes out and tears his ACL or bangs his knee up or breaks his ankle or anything like that, then you get nothing for the dude. So there's a a give and take to both sides of it. I mean, if you have a team come up, I'll tell you right now, if a team comes up and says to Ryan Poles, we'll throw you a third rounder in 2023 for
they're taking that
for him. He's gone. They'll trade him just like that. 100%.
There you go. We'll see. That's going to be interesting to watch how it plays out. I want to see how he shows up to camp. If there's some holdout at camp and that kind of shit, I don't subscribe to J-Rocks.
Do you see the Bears trying to get into the Orlando Brown sweepstakes? Speaking of trades, talking about Quinn.
I don't think they're going to trade
there.
They're contending for a Super Bowl. I mean, they control him. I know that they said that he's not going to report, but I mean that's he's going to report at some point. They're going to be contending for a Super Bowl, and he's protecting your everything,
your franchise,
his blind side.
Yeah, the hard part is that contract offer with the last year at $40 million of all fake money that he would have never seen. You have no idea how sour of a taste that leaves in a guy's mouth right afterwards. So,
if he hits the open market, Ryan Poles is going to be there with a boatload of that. If there's still questions at left tackle, he's gonna Ryan Poles will pay him.
Absolutely.
Unless that dragon was fucking a goat.
Now Jordan's going to be pissed we're picking on goats. I'm kidding, Jordan. Joke.
Oh, man. Well, we got a question here for you, Alan.
Why does
that's not a baby doll? It's a Brian Urlacher bobblehead.
Model. Okay. All right. And there you go, man. I did it for you. Put it up there.
Brian Urlacher. How close is it? Is it big?
It's like
is it
a couple
because it looks like a giant baby.
It's pretty tall.
Oh, it's big.
No,
it's like waist high, probably something like that. It's a couple.
No, we're very economical, my family.
Waist high is the perfect height for a bobblehead, right, Bratcher?
What that mouth do there, Urlacher? Show me what to do, baby.
I'm just a fan. I'm not a football evaluator.
I know, George. I know. Go ahead, Claude. Do we have a bunch of questions? Keep throwing them.
I feel like this is
over under 6.5 wins.
I say over 6.5 wins because
in the NFL.
Matt Nagy, you're just getting better without him. So I'm giving you 3 wins just without Nagy and what I was ranting about earlier, just the complete misunderstanding of situational football. Just play calling, the identity of what it is you want to do. If the Chicago Bears keep track of where Eberflus is going, and he is adamant about it, I really believe you're going to see a high effort defensive football team that is going to get turnovers, and they are going to run the football, and Justin Fields is going to reap a lot of rewards. And Claudio's boy, Darnell Mooney and company are going to be they're way underrated right now. So I believe over there. Shane, Cars, you're shaking your head. Yes, we agree.
Yeah, I'd punch over 6.5. I would.
I'm thinking 6. And it's nothing to do with anything other than it's a learning curve and everything's different.
You're under.
Just under. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cars is under. I'm surprised.
I want to see what the odds are.
I put
What'd you put on it, Claudio?
I put $100 over.
$100,
baby.
First class Furnicola.
No, like a week ago.
Yeah, if you put on FanDuel, what is it? It's like plus 120.
It's plus 1. Yeah, so I'm winning 200 if they go over.
So 100. You put down.
What do we got?
You win
plus
that.
500.
You get 200.
Yeah.
So if you bet $100,
plus 500, where?
Plus 5
I got
now?
plus 500 on FanDuel.
Claude, get your 100 over there.
I take that back. That's to win.
For over 6.5.
That's to win 10 plus games. 10
oh,
plus.
yeah,
10
of course.
Plus.
I apologize.
Jesus Christ, let's all do coke.
I wish I did.
I'm in. Oh, wait, what did we say? Sorry.
Statistical breakdown.
I'm like, Jesus. Chris Gonzalez reached out to me, and we were talking about, like, literally talking about the over 6.5 last night. Actually, he's got a show where we used to be from too, so that's awkward. But anyway,
likes brags.
That was for Cherie.
But yeah, over 6.5. Hey, it's all gonna matter. It's gonna come down to number one. If he takes a step, he's gonna make a lot of people play better than what their talent would suggest.
To go and say he's going to lead the NFL in interceptions is just that's Miss Cleo level of stupidity.
I'm trying to get a rise.
All right, you guys ready?
They're trying to get a rise. Yeah.
What?
So FanDuel for under 2.5 wins plus 750, plus 3.5 or under 3.5, 4 plus 450, under 4.5 plus 220. Then we get to even money at under 6.5. Then you get let's see. Over 4.5 wins is everybody's got the Bears losing. That's too bad. Take the Bears over 6.5. You're gonna win some money this year. Let's fucking go. Get me off the fucking screen.
He's got his V-neck on.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's hot out. I was watching Conrad play flag today.
How did he do?
He had 2 tutters, bro. He had a little pick 6 and caught a touchdown pass. And I like watching him play defense. That motherfucker likes to play safety and just try to run in the back, play center field, and just knock balls out of the sky. It's fun. Oh, boy.
Yes. Yeah. The double Angelo there. The double Angelo. Good job, Conrad.
Yeah.
Cherie, over 6.5 for you? You're on mute, Cherie. Bratcher muted you. I don't know why he did that.
He was ordering one of those waist level bobbleheads.
It's about waist level.
There's hope, guys.
She got the Gene Simmons one.
Oh my God. Twist invention here is called the Cobb Quickie.
I love all.
No one would know about the Cobb Quickie if it wasn't for this network.
Nope, that's right.
Jeez, how many of those have they sold and not given us back? So Cherie, 6.5. You're over?
Over. Definitely over.
So Bratcher, frozen Bratcher, is checking his beard.
Oh, he is. That's a good.
What's Urlacher's hand doing? I don't know.
He was frozen.
There he is. He's back.
There we are.
He was frozen. You were in a stiffy face with that.
That's why I removed myself so Shayne didn't take a fucking photo.
I already got it. I already got it.
By the way, show is recorded.
Got to be quicker than that,
right? Nope.
The Cobb Quickie on that.
Keep it up. You'll be in the chat room complaining with Jordan next week
about how we don't get along.
You can't, because that would be another negative person that you have an exit with that will just not work out, and you'll be playing up to it, Shayne.
Right?
You just can't do it. You can't do it.
Should we put a Jordan question up there?
Sure.
Okay. He's asking me, Shayne. As someone who called Nagy a snake, I'm reading it. Who took it down?
Not me.
Not me.
Thank you. Whoever put it back. Nagy a snake as early as I can remember. Well, thank you, Jordan. I'd love to know when you think you'll form a stance, not just on Flus, but polls too. Well, that's the thing. That's what the show started. Shayne was talking about by week 3, you'll kind of understand, are these guys preparing?
I mean,
week 3 is going to be a very good, I'm going to see in the direction they're going. But by week 6,
you can't formulate that opinion. You can't formulate that opinion on Ryan Poles at all during
Poles is not.
I mean, you're talking year 3.
Yeah, Poles is.
You got to give him a couple of drafts and a couple of. He hasn't even been through a legit free agency. I mean, where the Bears are going to be flush with cash. I mean, he's going to have a longer leash than Flus will. And I'm not even saying that the script is going to be written on Flus, but you're going to have some tape to go back and be like, what the fuck? I already know what Bears fans are going to be complaining about with Flus is the defense, because they're very vanilla. It's the bend don't break cover 2. And I think a lot of people aren't talking about that. And why aren't they blitzing? you're not going to see that. They work with their front four, and that's pretty much it.
I'm going to be excited to see how they rally and tackle. I go back, Cars knows, and Shayne and this network, all of you should know. And I've seen it written now and stolen. And again, it's just that we emphasized Minnesota versus Chicago last season when all of the starters in the secondary are out. That defense played its best effort. They rallied, they tackled. There was a semblance of loving the game of football because their jobs, they wanted to compete. They wanted to be on the field and play. So if this coach is tapping into what he said that has gotten me excited, and the teacher that he is, if he's not only saying it, but bringing it to the table to these young players that are giving them an opportunity. I don't give a fuck how vanilla. Are you tackling? Are you running to the football? And sometimes KISS is the best philosophy in football. Keep it simple, stupid. This is what we do. We do it 100 miles an hour. You are only going to beat us if you're executing better than we are. And I'll take that over what we've had the last 8.5 years.
And accountability.
Given the opportunity to do a more expansive search, would you have done it?
I was given the opportunity. I found him.
And accountability, Phil, right? Like that's going to be the other portion that's going to show up really early. We're going to start to see that in training camp of guys, whether they're playing hard, practicing hard, and what happens. Those things are going to start to show out in camp very early on, and it will set the tone for the entire year.
Yeah, a head coach. I'm sorry, Craig. I'm going to beat this dead horse too. If your head coach isn't accountable and holding them accountable, then everything you've tried to build fails. And that's why, Jordan, I could tell that Matt Nagy was a shoe salesman, is because you never, ever go away from things that are working. In fact, that should be the moment where you embrace your football team. So just think back to the I formation quote, Adam Hogue calling him, and I didn't come here to run the I. And Adams points out, well, you're averaging 8.4 yards per play in the I formation. You went down the football field, you scored a touchdown, I believe it was against the Giants, and then you went away from it for the rest of the game. I kid you not, right? Why I didn't come here to run the eyes, the answer. But if that's your answer, you're a fraud. That's how I know, because a fighter, a guy, a maniacal head coach is going to do everything in his power to find what his team does best. That's the best coach. It's not, I can run inverted bone like Navy. I love that offense. I think imagine fucking Notre Dame with all their athletes running inverted bone, they'd fucking kill everybody. They'd probably win a national championship, and those teams couldn't stop them. But they don't want to do it. They want to run their arm. That's fine. But if you need to do offenses that make your players, your personnel, their best, and they don't coincide with what you believe, then you're failing as a coach, because you have to do. If Getsy goes, no, we just do it like this, then he's going to fail. He's got to say, you know what? Yes, you want to get to that point where you're doing what you're doing and you're teaching, but at some point, your best, you've decided, say it's those four receivers, Equanimus, Mooney, Velus Jones, and Pringle. Those are your four receivers. And what they do best is whatever, right? That's your job to continue to build off what they do best and go from there. Not, let's throw in this, let's try this. That shit that's going to fail every time. Every time. So I'm excited to see this coach do exactly what Cars is saying. Accountability and preaching. I'm telling you guys, there's a team, I can't remember, they were called the No Name Defense way back in the day. nobody gave them a shot to win. How many picked the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl this past year? Raise your hand. Nobody, right? A team is built culturally, and then you build everything else around that. How they do that is up to them, but it starts with accountability, as Cars is saying. It always does. It always does. So I answered your question, Jordan. Look at that. Would anybody be upset if I didn't? How about this one? What do you think, Cars? Would you bring Jason Peters back for another year?
Ideally, no. But I think because I think that means that one of the guys is stepping up. But yeah, if he could come back on a 1 year kind of like $1 million or so deal and just be there as a mentor, absolutely. I don't think he needs to start. I don't think he has the ego to start, but I think he's a good guy to have in the locker room. So yeah, absolutely.
I would depend on if he was in shape. I know they're preaching about in shape.
Shayne, he's ready.
Made a great point.
Yeah, he said he's been working out and is ready to go. But I mean, that's been an issue his entire career,
right.
Up and down and up and down. And I mean, I would have no problem with it if the Bears did it like Cars did to provide depth. I just don't think that is Poles' MO at this point.
42.
I think is he really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
42 years old. Holy.
I just think Poles,
richest undrafted free agent in NFL history.
Yeah, they're saying that, Poles wants the young guys that he brought in to apply pressure to the veterans, and that includes a guy like Teven Jenkins that has no, affiliation with this regime. And I think he believes in some of these guys, and he wants the young guys to. I think he wants all of the young guys to prove that they absolutely can't fucking play. And, probably in October, if you're at a point where Braxton Jones has shown that he's not ready, or Teven Jenkins has failed or got hurt again, or, Larry Borum the same, then, yeah, you go out and bring in a guy that can be ready in a couple of days and plop him at left tackle and eat up a few games for you. But I would be surprised if that's where they went. I mean, if they prove early on in camp that they can't play, then obviously you're going to see. I mean, wasn't there some sort of an issue with a guy like Dwayne Brown? Did he have some legal problems or something like that?
Yeah, he just got caught trying to bring a gun onto a plane.
Yes.
Okay, so that's
who did that?
Dwayne Brown.
I don't know how you forget that. But.
Like 1998, or is this 2022? I mean, what the fuck are we doing here? Jesus. Teven Jenkins, I agree with Shayne. There's certain, when you're scouting players on tape, you don't get to sit down with these people to understand who they are. We don't get that opportunity. Ryan Pace does, though, and every other organization does. So how does a player love the game of football? And I'll bring in Eddie Goldman here. As Shayne called it and called it again for years. Do you love the game? You see what happened. He retired. If you don't love this game of football, the game of football is always going to eat you up. And you're going to, how you want to dress it or how you want to handle it is up to you. But Teven Jenkins has to write his story. I'm not afraid to look at the talent that Teven has, and I know Tom Thayer is smoking crazy weed if he thinks Teven's a guard. Like, Teven is a tackle. Teven could play left tackle. Teven could play right tackle. Does Teven love the game of football is the motivation of why he's sitting as second string. And when Shayne sent me Olin and Jason McKee's No Name podcast, I was listening to them interview Teven. And Olin gives him a little out, like address the fact that you were on second string. And I'm paraphrasing this. Or you don't have to. I get it. If I know it upsets you. He's like, yeah, I'm not going to address
There
it.
was like a 3 to 5 second dramatic pause, and he's like, yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, I mean, but that's actually a good thing. I think that there's I think that
good that he did
the more and more I see this, I mean, so if he's an aloof guy or a little quirky, whatever, that's fine. But to me, it really seems like Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham have essentially said, this is where we want you at. And he did not, he wasn't there. So they said, all right, fucking, you're going to be pushed down. And
or it was Eberflus and Cole.
No, but I think that's the whole point, Phil. It goes back to Soup Campbell and the whole multiple people have said that the mantra in the building is, if you're not with us, get the fuck out of our way and get out of our building. And that's not just Eberflus. That's Poles and Eberflus together on everything. And it doesn't matter who they're talking to, player, front office, person, whomever. If you're not with us, get the fuck out of our way. And if they gave Teven Jenkins a number of all fucking people that, if he's vital to this offensive line's future. If they gave him a fucking number to be at and he didn't show up at that fucking number, that would piss me off if I'm Ryan Poles, because you saw Darnell Mooney go up to Ryan Poles' office, and
I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he went up there and they sat down for what I believe they said like 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And Ryan Poles, he's like, I didn't know who I knew Darnell Mooney, knew that he played in the NFL, but he's like, we bonded and we talked, and I found out who he is. If his interaction with Teven Jenkins is, Teven, we want you at 3:15, and you show up at 3:22, that ain't 3:15.
Right.
That's
These
not where I want
messages
you.
are sent.
Exactly.
I totally agree. But I also want to say this, and I'm not going to tell you who said this to me, but I will say,
right,
they have made sure, because Teven can't squat and can't do some of these things because of his back, they're trying to be very cautious with his health. So when football pads get put on and placed on, that we could find the real answers, because he's there to do it. So some of these things and these reporters writing these stories, all I could go on is the tape, because as you know, it doesn't lie. Teven, to me, is their best, looking at all of them, best offensive lineman as far as talent is concerned.
Olin said that. Olin said that right on his last
Did
pod.
he?
Yeah.
I didn't hear him say. You do not put that at right guard, Tom Thayer. I don't care how many years Tom played guard. This is the
Chicago's
same
done a lot. Chicago's done a lot.
Exactly. This is the same bullshit that Chicago continues to. Let's take the best athlete I've ever seen on the offensive line. My personal best that I've seen, and Kyle Long, and let's put him at right guard instead of putting him at left tackle, and take your lumps and be Jimbo Covert when all's said and done. Back when Finks was the GM, it's like Jimbo Covert, left tackle, Jimbo Covert, left tackle. This whole thing with the Bears, you don't fucking sign Lucas Patrick and then put him at right guard because maybe Sam could help you at center. No, that's fucking losers. That's fucking losing culture. That's your center, Lucas Patrick. You signed him there. He's the glue. He's a prick. All of those things. You want to see me fucking go crazy is when they move Lucas Patrick to right guard and then fill in these pieces because they're fucking dumb. And I will destroy this offensive line coach. Find a right guard. I can find you a right guard. Your center and your left tackle, and then go down. You got white hair. You're going to find your right guard. And who's the right tackle? Is it Jenkins? Is it Borum? Is it fucking Braxton Jones? Don't care. Just find the right people, but do not start moving these guys. Let's put you at right guard. Nope. Exactly. It's fucking dumb. Braxton Jones. Yes.
Yeah.
We watched his tape coming out of Southern Utah. My father and I broke him down. There's no doubt the fucking talent this kid has. God gave this kid long arms, football intellect. You see him almost, as I said before, I can't remember if it was on the Patron show or this, but he's almost one of those guys that would get me so angry but coach, I'm putting it up on the board and they're asking 15 other questions that might never even occur, but they want to know. He seems like he's that cerebral. He wants everything on his plate. He seems very intellectual, we'll say. How he play. Listen, if he goes out there and balls out,
he's an analytical guy for sure. I mean, you listen to him speak, and I think that's who was the guy that we had on a few weeks ago. Scott, what was his?
Oh, Scott Kennedy.
Scott Kennedy. He was, talking about if he, and like I said, I think I've brought this up on every show, and I'm giving you my truth. If the draft was held tonight, I'm not selecting Velus Jones at number 71, the way that it unfolded. And Scott talked to that. He said, if you told me that you flip-flopped Velus Jones and Braxton, their draft positions, he would have been totally on board with it. And there's been a lot of people that have come out and said, that the Bears have gotten a steal. It's you can say that he's a steal, and shit changes when the pads come on. That's where a guy like Teven Jenkins is going to shine when the pads come on.
Exactly.
Ours talked about it last week, and I'm on board with his philosophy that this is a shot towards Teven to shape the fuck up, but he's going to be the dude that's getting when they trot out there, he's gonna go out at one of the tackle positions on day one.
Absolutely.
And they'll go from there. But
I agree with Carr. I heard you say that.
The difference this year, Phil, is what is so much better is the Bears have some, I don't want to say legit because we don't know if they're legit, but they have some exciting options everywhere. Cars and I talked about Jordan Mills. Like, the Bears unearthed him in round 6. He's going to be a fixture for the next 10 years. And then people are pissed off when the Bears released him. Well, I don't know, was it year 2 or did he make it to year 3?
I think it was right after year 3. He went to Buffalo, right?
Yep, I do remember that. But they have some intriguing options.
Agree.
And we're not used to that at all. Because,
every position.
Yeah.
It's actually after year 2 for Jordan Mills.
They got a fucking new punter, Cars, for God's sake.
Who looks like me. So this is fascinating for me.
Imagine you and him having your own show on this network. That would be amazing.
We break down Excel tricks and tips.
Right? The best stock tips. The best stocks to buy.
Does that bother anybody that there's no competition for the rookie?
I need 14 different kickers and punters at all offseason points.
But that's the thing. It worked. Everybody blasts the Bears for that. I know Adam Hogue is big and they always laugh at it. It worked, right?
Yep, absolutely.
It did. It worked. It got him to say,
We got him too.
If Pinero wouldn't have got hurt, he very well, he had his ups and downs, but he was showing some promise, and then it led him back to Santos when he got hurt. And I don't understand why people bash them so much. The offseason was the time to have that parade of kickers in there.
Kicker, American Idol for kickers is great for me because that's when the pressure. How do you simulate pressure? You make competition. That's how you do it. So
but I was a little surprised they got rid of the other.
They don't know football. Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, I'm just talking about Trenton Gill. I was a little surprised because I believe they released
the long snapper.
Yeah, they released
Did they release the other punter?
I believe
yes,
so.
they did.
They
Yes,
did.
So he's going to camp unobstructed.
Well,
I
they
mean,
believe in this kid. I like that. I want to say one other thing. I'm sorry to go back to Teven Jenkins that I haven't gotten to say here. As a coach, I coached Claudio back in the day. There is a line for a coach when a player kind of coddles an injury. This is a very difficult balancing act you have to face, because it's either they are injured or they're coddling it because they don't love the game or want to compete. How this kid deals with injury is something that is going to define his career, because the whispers in the locker room are what they are. If you're weird, or plug your ears, anyone under 15, if you're a pussy when it comes to the injury, then you're going to get labeled that. And with a new culture, and I'm not saying Teven is, I'm just saying if that trickles into this next situation, so you as a coach, put him at second string, send him a message. How's he going to respond? Get the pads on. How do you now play and practice in our culture? Does he now take that baton and become a superstar because he competed and built his confidence up? So all this is what I've talked about. I would play mental games with each and every kid to get the most out of them till they figured out the game I was playing and then said, I knew what you did now, but you know what? You made me a better father, person, and I did. But that's what I think is going on here. And I think that mental game, Teven Jenkins was what? Always the biggest kid, right?
well, I mean, so that goes back to my philosophy on Eddie Goldman. He was always the biggest kid in his class, and you're like, motherfucker, you're huge. You should play football. And he's like, okay.
Yes.
So he played, and a lot of things came easy for him. So he stuck with it and then realized he could make some fucking money. And that's not to change direction, but think about that process of not really loving it and still being that fucking good.
But think about,
dude, I've been around people like that. It's crazy.
there are some that are gifted, but I think you're exactly right, Shane, because remember, it took Gundy all those years to unearth the Teven that you saw. And he was he had those very weird kind of backhanded compliment questions where he's like, whoever can motivate him, the only thing that stops Teven is Teven. These are all things that are kind of red flags. And not to say that people don't overcome them, but he literally, if he is his own worst enemy, he's just not going to be successful at this level.
Yeah, I mean, if Ryan Poles has obviously sat with the dude and talked to him.
Oh yeah.
If he comes off aloof and not committed and uninterested, then that's what Ryan Poles goes off of, and he says, "All right, we got
that's an easy fix because you didn't draft him.
Yep.
And you're gonna clear that kind of stuff out." So, but Vincent, that's what Cars is saying. Now, Gundy said he's going to be a future superstar, $40 million tap. That's what I see on tape. Teven's story is so crazy if you really take a look back at it. I'm telling you, he's the best offensive lineman as far as talent is concerned.
Olin himself said that, but here's Cars was talking about Gundy. Here's the exact quote. I just looked it up when he mentioned it. I would not be surprised in 2 years if people are looking back and saying he is potentially the best offensive lineman overall taken in this draft. I say that because he has phenomenal athleticism, strength. He's highly intelligent, and he's just started to really get into football over the last 18 months. That part's key.
Wow.
Yeah.
To me, that is screaming. He just started to take it a little bit to take it serious. Now he goes on. He says, now I know that sounds funny, but when you're as gifted and talented as he is, you can get by being a good college football player without having that grit and toughness like he's just developed over the last 18 months. So he really brought that to our program just recently. So, I mean, you start to get another piece to the puzzle that Teven, yeah, you were the 39th overall pick. You have guaranteed money in your pocket. He knew that the Bears needed him. There's an entire regime change. So he's not up on that fucking pedestal anymore because Ryan Poles and Ian Cunningham don't give a shit where they may have. Philadelphia, who had Ian Cunningham, and Kansas City, who had Ryan Poles, they may have had him graded as a third-round draft pick. We don't know. We don't know. They may not have been high on him at offensive tackle.
The
Who
back
knows?
injury could have been a red flag. They could have red flagged him.
Right.
for
Their
that,
their
right?
doctors
red
could
flag this personality. They could exactly.
Chris
But
Williams.
now that's
remember
the
that
key.
whole fiasco.
God,
Exactly.
Chris Williams.
That's the key. If he is buying into this, we know he's praising he's talked a lot about his core strength and talked about his experience with this company that I wish I could get him on this show because
Pilates. And then that was somebody in the YouTube comments last week was saying that Cars and I were making fun of him. We weren't making fun of him for doing Pilates at all. That was completely. We were praising him for it because he realizes that how important his core is. But he made it awkward when he was talking with Olin and Jason McKee because it was almost like he was doing a fucking late night infomercial for.
I didn't hear that part on the interview. Did I miss it in there? Did they cut it out?
I don't know if they ended up
I
taking
didn't hear
it out.
there was no mention of that company in the interview.
Yeah, it was odd. It was definitely odd, and he definitely did it in the version.
He might be getting a kickback from this place.
Absolutely, that's the way that these NFL guys do. They get
every time you mention us, we got you $2-3 grand.
But if that's again, if that's in his brain on a fucking podcast with Olin Kreutz and Jason McKee, then to me that's a fucking massive red flag.
I don't know. It was in the 85 Bears brain all the time, apparently.
Well, you're not talking.
That's the downfall of them. So to your point.
Teven Jenkins probably made more guaranteed money in year one than the 85 Bears did as a fucking crazy as a team.
Well, he's gonna be interesting. How does he handle competition? I felt like he handled that interview really well. I felt like, maybe I hear things differently, but I felt like, and Olin and Jason, the No Name podcast, check them out. One of the best. They did a great job. I thought Teven saying, yeah, I'm not going to say anything was smart, number one. And number two, I feel like he mentioned, if you listen, yeah, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to
tell
get
he was
my job
about,
back.
You could tell he was pissed about the demotion, and that was the part that
If
he wouldn't have said that, that would have been a problem for me. If he wouldn't have been pissed about it.
We haven't talked about this.
Yeah.
So I'm totally step for step.
Don't you remember?
When I left that, I was like, this kid wants to fucking start. That's good.
Don't you remember the Cedric Benson, when the Bears drafted Cedric Benson, and then he came late to camp, and then his first he signed, I believe, during a preseason game. Do you remember that? And then he was on the sideline, and then he left the fucking stadium before the game was even over. He walked off the sideline in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. Yes,
and as a Bears fan, you're like, oh man, you're hyped that he signed. I mean, I couldn't believe they drafted Cedric Benson at the fucking time, but that entire draft was, that 05 draft was horrific. But anyways, it's just, he came to camp, and then remember, I believe he got a separated shoulder from Mike Brown hitting him
they took a
camp.
cheap shot.
And then he was like, why don't these guys like me? It's because you're not buying into what everybody's expecting of you. And if you're worried about everybody liking you, then you're not doing your fucking job at all.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, man. Cars, you talked about it today. You showed Ryan Cox and I a list of guys that you're excited about watching. And to me, really, how this offensive line shakes out is going to be fascinating, because it's not just the offensive line. It's going to be a direct component of what leads to Justin Fields' success, and that points to the entire team.
There's 2 guys that are locked that are starters that you can write in ink. Everything else is up on the air. And the more I look at it, I think our starting right guard is not even on this roster at this moment. That's the way it looks to me.
They're saying watch for Kansas City there, because that they are flush with offensive linemen to the point where they're going to have to cut people or make a move. And Ryan Poles is extremely obviously up to date on everybody, so that Ryan Poles may very well know where what his next move is. It's the timing of it. You can't do it yet.
It's going to be interesting to see how this offensive line, probably the story, obviously, for the national media is going to be Justin Fields. Probably for this network, it's going to be the offensive line and how that shapes out. Speaking of shape, I don't get the Mustipher thing. I know there's a lot of questions about it.
He's not going to make the roster. I
don't.
I think he's cut.
Olin and I just don't. Unless Sam, listen, if Sam has worked hard on his body and craft and is going out there and handling these players, I agree with you. I don't know how he makes this roster based on what I've seen.
Everybody else lost weight. Somehow he's the only one getting fatter, and that's usually not a great sign for where you are.
Yeah.
And we know why he did it. He struggled with strength, right? And so he's got to get more anchor, but he's got bad knees. So how is that going to help him?
He's not athletic.
It's just a weird mix. I think I just really no fit. No fit.
Here's a good question I'll throw up there from George Smith. It's a good one. Who's your surprise? I have mine. Okay, and it was a guy that I was.
I'll let you guys. Let me think for a minute.
Yeah, I have my Cars.
Guy, you said.
Cars, do you have your guy?
Yeah, I think Mustipher is a cut. I don't, I think starting.
But is it going to be
not on the roster?
Would you qualify that as a surprise cut?
Well, yeah, if he's a top 10 center.
Yeah.
And people are putting him as starting right guard.
Your window's locked.
My father and I can't. Me and my father was like, "You don't win with that." Like, I just don't see it either on tape. I know I've become the main culprit of pointing out these walrus techniques and all that stuff, but I don't see it. Again, if he worked and he goes out there, just like I said with Khalil Herbert, and they blow me away on tape and they're doing and handling themselves, like Mustipher was a weakness. It wasn't like a positive to me. So I don't know why there's hype like that. So it's a surprise based on the narrative. Is it a surprise? No. I think this kid Kramer from Illinois, me and my dad showed his. There's so much athleticism in this kid and point of attack strength. Again, it's coming from the college game. How's he going to handle the competition? But I never saw that out of Sam at Notre Dame on his tape. I didn't see the same, the floor. I didn't see the same kind of floor as those two. Your surprise cut, Shayne, is who?
It's a guy that I was actually happy that they signed, but I just think that the way that everything is working out, you're going to see an ascension from a second-year player. I don't think Tavon Young makes this roster. Tavon
Young?
Yeah.
That's your surprise cut.
Well, I
No,
mean, I thought they signed him to be the starting nickel. So
Me
yeah, that would
too.
be a
I
big
thought he
shock.
was locked in.
Really?
He was the best nickel in football. Like what, 2 years ago?
Correct.
Yeah, before his
Baltimore.
injury, you're right.
But that's what I was excited when the Bears signed him, and now I don't think he's going to make the roster. So yeah, I think that's a surprise. Like I said, he was a dude that I was excited about, but that would be my guy right now. I mean, you see, I think Thomas Graham fits this cover 2 defense
Yes.
amazingly well. Duke Shelley, we'll see there. But I think the Bears have some other guys.
Another one that you got to watch out as a cut for that. Absolutely.
But Tavon Young, some of those injuries, looking back at him, and he had neck, and was one of them an Achilles? Maybe
was
I'm
the
wrong on that.
Achilles.
But he had an issue with his neck. I don't think he makes the final 53. I think that they're going to go. It's going to be a definite youth movement there, and I think they have some younger guys that they want to bring along and put a couple of them on the practice squad too.
I'm struggling with a surprise cut for you guys. I'm just going over the roster here quickly, trying to think, is there somebody that's going to be a surprise cut? So I can't give you one because I don't see a name that I believe should make the roster.
Let me ask you this one. I'll put the pressure on you.
Okay,
Does
good.
Dieter Iceland make the 53? I don't think he does.
I honestly don't know. 53. He hasn't made the 53. So
I don't think he's going to make the 53. The way that this plays out,
I want to see what he does in camp.
Oh, I know. I want to see what Tavon Young does in camp, but that wasn't the question.
Surprise cut. You're asking me, does he make the 53?
That would be a surprise cut for you to say if he didn't make it, because you've been his
I really
number one
like him. Yeah.
supporter. But
I'm gonna say I honestly don't know, because again, I don't know what they're doing offensive line wise. If they go, okay, here's my only answer to it.
45 and a half.
Give me some fucking names.
If they go out there and put Mustafa at right guard, opening of camp, then it's not going to surprise me at all if Dieter doesn't get in, because now you're and then they move Jenkins to guard, and then here we are again with this same cockamamie offensive line shit. So wouldn't surprise that politics go in there. If it's a true competition, I believe Dieter will make the 53. How about this? Surprise cut, your guy, the running back, Evan, what's his name?
Darrington Evans.
Darrington Evans
Yeah.
gets cut. How about that? That's my surprise cut. I don't think he makes the team.
Yeah, he's definitely not my guy, but I'm just saying there must be something there that there must be something there that they see because they claimed him with guaranteed money left on his deal at that position. To me, that says a lot. What about you, Bratcher? Who's your surprise cut?
What'd you bring me in
You were
for?
hiding behind your mic. I was like,
Yeah, I was.
Are you do you have a surprise cut, Bratcher? I'm putting you on the spot.
Not really. I mean, honestly, with the youth movement we have, like, is there really a shocking guy that you would think that could be cut? Like,
oh my
maybe
guys, can you fuckers give a goddamn name?
Yeah,
You and Phil
I
are
will.
beating around the
If
fucking
you'd
bush.
stop cutting me
I
off,
gave you
yeah,
Evans.
I would.
So
I don't know.
Evans.
It's hard because there's
So back
guys
up-
that are good and there's guys that are bad.
You done? Or-
You gave
done?
Tavon Young.
Yeah.
He's a chance, because he was unhealthy. He got talent. You gave him. Cars gave Sam In some parts of the country, they call him Bustafer. Other parts, they call him Mustafer. I'm giving Evans. Come on. Jackal's talking shit in the chat, Shane. And look at this guy. He's not even on camera. Look, it's just Jackal. He's probably taking care of the kids.
He is. He's
He is, yeah.
he's
Pick
got one on
somebody,
potty duty right
Jesus.
now. Yeah, that's what he told me. I'd say if I gotta have like surprise shock one, I'm gonna go with Vildor maybe. I'd say maybe
Vildor,
Kindle.
there you go.
It's the odd man out of that whole nickel group. I mean, maybe for the dime package he might slip in, but I just don't see. I think he'd go more than Tavon Young would. I think they would keep Young and let Vildor go. That's just my opinion, though.
Look at Cool Kennedy stepping in. Jackal's like, just say some fucking name. Meanwhile, somebody on the network in the chat is giving Equanimous St. Brown a cut. Cars.
Yeah, I think the Harry move makes that more of an option, but I'll be interested because Getsy is the whole reason he's here. So that'll
gives
be
you more of a speed element than Harry does too. But
I am looking forward to that wide receiver position
Oh,
this preseason. You know,
Are you going to training camp, Cars?
I am trying. We shall see. This whole I got
I
to work
invited him.
stuff.
He didn't want to come with us. So
I mean, no one on this network blames me.
I
But,
know.
no, I am trying to find.
If I get the tickets, I'm gonna send you again.
You let me know. But
All
weekends are tough. But we'll see what we could do.
We're going the 30th and the 5th right now. That's what me and Acevedo are
There
going.
you go.
Are you riding in the golf cart there?
Golf
Is that
cart will be
going on?
driven.
No. That's a long goddamn way to drive that golf cart. That's like hour and a half, hour
We're gonna have
45
some-
from him.
what's the over under on neither one of them wearing TTNL gear?
That's
No, Bratcher.
go
will
ahead and
step
bet on
up.
that because you know I'm gonna wear mine.
Yeah,
Bratcher's gonna
Bratcher.
step up,
I will.
man.
Bratcher will throw down on that. That's for
Hey,
sure.
dude. I can hear. What's up, guys? Alex Acevedo. I'm ready for camp, guys.
Just talking to Jack Baller. Where's A-Rod, baby? Not a camper here yet.
Imagine Jack Baller, Acevedo at camp, Shane. That would be a great.
Where Moose Muhammad at, baby? Moose, where you at?
Jack Baller's in the chat. What's up, Jack Baller and Acevedo? You guys are going to go to camp, cover it for us.
Yep, absolutely. We'll
Speaking
be
of
there early.
camp coverage, next Wednesday night on this very show, we're going to have none other than Herb Howard.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be checking in after camp. So he'll be letting us know what transpired on the first few days of camp. Then more camp. Will Greg Braggs report for us, Shane? What is the over under?
How
That
much
would
in
be a
Taco Bell
resounding.
are
That
you
would
gonna
be a
have to pay
resounding no from what higher ups have told me.
Really?
Yes.
Are you shitting?
Model. I don't
He
want to
sold
break.
us out.
I don't want to break news here, but I got a butt
Oh.
dial that I broke down live on Twitter.
Oh my god!
Get in somebody's ass today.
No, there wasn't any of that going on. but
Really,
there-
Phil? You're surprised he sold you out? I mean, I've never seen Braggs do that in 2 hours. So
What?
All right. No camp updates from our friend Greg, Sheree.
your friend. Don't say ours. That there's just not a royal hour, royal we. There's none of that shit. That's yours. You own that.
I
So
thought
you're not gonna do a show when we're at camp at all?
Of course, that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. You
well,
guys are
I was
covering.
hoping we could be the guys that would report for you.
I was-
I know I'm no Braggs, but
Thank
Listen,
God for that.
thank
I was
God.
saying we're gonna have coverage from our guys, and then I thought, let me ask Shane, does he think Greg will jump on the show? And Shane said no. But I'll go back. Yes, Acevedo, man. What's up, man? will
Yeah,
be
real
covering.
quick before we get to any football, let me tell you, my wife packed us such a good lunch today. Just want to shout her out.
Remember when we prank called Acevedo, Shane?
Yes. Does he still have those curtains?
The pirate curtains?
The puffy shirt curtains from Seinfeld? Remember?
Yes, of course. Acevedo. Acevedo is one of the best at capturing a drop.
Here's a good question.
Pure bliss. Pure bliss.
For all of us.
Yes.
From Dakota Harper. Aside from TTNL, what is your favorite Bears podcast / show? Bears other than us?
Bears Hour Live.
I gotta be honest, it used to be I used to listen to every Hogan Johns, but I've thought that's went downhill in a big way.
Look at you.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I haven't listened to them at all this offseason.
So you found the drop I left you. About time. That was the break the ice drop earlier.
I don't listen to a ton. I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts, but it's not all I listen to.
Adam Rank.
Nope.
Because I'm going to lose my. You want me to tell you, I can lose my man card by telling you this. I listen to Office Ladies, the recap of
the fuck is that?
Did you ever watch The Office?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a recap. It's actually pretty fucking
they go
funny.
back. I have yet to listen to it.
Bad. Yeah.
It's Angela and Pam do it.
Oh shit!
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're best friends in real life. I watch that. Do you guys have any podcasts like non-sports related that you listen to?
I don't
really do podcasts anymore.
Rogan.
I sit on phone calls pretty much all day, so I don't. By the end of the day, I just want to take headphones off.
I'm always cutting tape and preparing for our show. So I don't
fucking
have time.
liars. We're always texting and talking to each other. What the fuck are you guys talking about?
But I
none
will
of us
say
work.
This isn't
That's
me.
what my wife says. Yeah.
This isn't me bullshitting, but Shane sent me Olin's show, and you guys know how I feel about Olin, even though he's probably mad at me right now. But they do a great job. I try not to listen to anybody's shows because I don't want to take any ideas. I like when Shane throws, and this is just me telling you truthfully, the authenticity of this show is when Shane or Cars, on Hogs, they said that, like, they listen to these things and you guys listen to these things. Jackal listens to, what's the punter over there?
Jackal listens to
McAfee.
Yeah.
And he'll always bring something from that. I don't listen to anybody's because I try to just be.
He was just on Cutler's podcast.
Yeah, he's good. I like that. He's real.
He did an interview with our guy Cap the other day.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Was he on
thinks
Cap
Justin
show?
Fields is going to have a good year.
He was on Cap show, or Cap was on his?
He was on Cap show from Tahoe. I think they aired it 2 days ago.
Oh, from the golf tournament.
Yeah.
Well, Adam Rank, that dude is somebody I would listen to. So
His baseball team sucks, but
yes,
they do a good job. But that's really it. As far as podcasts are concerned, send me a good podcast. I dropped the ball because Shane did tell me about these girls a long time ago, and I love The Office. And anybody that says the UK version is
Kevin just
better,
started a rehash.
leave the chat right
You
now.
got so mad about that the other week. That's hilarious. I've never even seen that version. I hear it's not really worth it, but
just give it a watch. I tried to watch one. I'm like,
everybody on The Office
Michael
said
Scott.
You're biased though, man. Like,
but they said it was amazing.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, but
well, give it a shot and give your honest truth.
Cars,
like someone told me.
Oh yeah, because it's the accuracy. I've had too many bosses in my life that are like Michael Scott, without the innocently clueless, but the dickishly clueless. So I just enjoy laughing at him instead of wanting to punch him in the face.
Phil, wasn't it you that always said that
You
compared
remind
to
me of Jim.
Yeah.
So Steph said the same thing. I'm like, now prior to hearing Shayne's voice, I had the image because we knew each other for years and I never even heard his voice or Carr's voice for years.
Yeah, it was all internet.
And I
message
always
board.
had, because of Shayne's, as you've seen tonight, even his reaction, his quick wit,
His laid back and demure self. Yeah.
He's always ahead of the curve with a comeback. I remember there'd be times, because you all know how I'm a wordsmith vocally. So I could do this and battle anybody like this, but not here with text or writing. And I'd be like,
mouth breathing idiot. Yeah, exactly.
Shayne, can you help me respond to this bum asshole back in the message board days? And Shayne would have a fucking great. And I'm like, oh, that's a great. And you always reminded me of Jim. Like, that's how I saw you.
Yeah.
And then when I met you, you're tall like that dude and everything. So there you go. But it is insane that we didn't speak for all those years. And then now we speak nonstop.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about this dude. I know people have been after us. I gonna be honest.
Can I say something?
I don't even know
after
who that
you
yeah,
say
I
it?
tried it's just I couldn't watch it because he like talked in a different voice and everything, and it was beyond, it almost seemed fake to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I know somebody tried to hook us up to have him come on, and then he said, I don't know, whatever. He had no idea who
That's
we were.
what I was
vice
going
versa.
to.
Yeah,
that's my point.
which is fine, whatever. I don't really care, but I tried to watch it. It just wasn't my cup of tea, as they say.
This is like AA. When somebody says or pretends like the Bear, we'll just use the Bears block. I don't know those guys.
Logan agrees.
I don't know anything.
I don't even know what that show is.
I don't know who those guys are. That Tape Never Lies. I've never heard of them. When they do that, it's like, oh my God. Like, I know who you are, Sledge Daddy. I've seen you. Someone sent me, so I know who you are. I would love to have you on the show if you weren't being a dick. I don't like that. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if
I don't like that.
just
Pretend
his
the
shtick
Bears
of-
blog doing that shtick. I don't like it.
But the one I watched, his like eyes were all popping out of his head, and he was talking in a different voice. And I'm like, yeah, it's just like I said. I know we can rub people the wrong way, but at least you can't ever accuse us of not being honest, and maybe a little bit too honest in a lot of it. But yeah, I mean, and I'm not picking on the dude, but it's just I know there's people out there. I noticed tonight up on top we have 14 unhappy faces on our thing that was probably after my.
Well, no, we actually only have one angry face. Zane Burns was the angry face. There's a couple laughs, some hearts, and some likes. Yeah,
Oh,
they have it
we
all
have one
separated.
angry face.
Just one angry face.
Here's
Oh.
here's the
Who
quote
was
of the night. Redacted doesn't know who TTNL is. That was so.
Ryan
I mean,
Cox.
talking about going
For
out
the
of your
win.
way. That was the Bears blog. Did a whole entire article on talking to somebody that's. I mean, I think we all know people along the way that have a connection to this league or that league or to a player or whatever, which is fine. But I always laugh at the Bears blog when he does it. He always phrases it as an extremely powerful person in a front office. Well, in a fucking front office, yeah, they're pretty fucking powerful person. That's fine. But he wrote a whole entire article interviewing a guy in a bar. And every time that guy spoke, he put in
redacted
in brackets rather because he didn't want to use his name. Well, just don't it. The whole fucking article, every fucking paragraph started out with redacted, and I'm like,
and this is how big of a dick I am. Like, I picture him writing this with a feather quill at the bar because of how pretentious he is. So I just see him being like, go on, redacted. Please tell me more.
Yeah. that stuff is why.
Yeah, and Vincent, we've seen. I think he wants us to talk about it. We've talked. Willie T is not a fan of us, and that's fine. He can do his thing. Vincent's, I think, put this in the chat 12 times now, but that's cool. Good luck to Willie.
We can answer the Willie story.
We've had a bunch of people asking.
Special
sorry.
patron show. Shayne and Phil face it all. Cars will show up, Stephanie, for 15 minutes, where he will be allowed
divorce attorney ready
to pontificate exclusively on one subject that I feel like he needs to rant.
I will if I can't make it, I will record a video and we could just let that go.
Can you do
Well,
that?
that's the thing.
I would rather you do that.
Absolutely.
Do that.
Well, where is it, a dinner date?
Yeah, it's a double date with another couple. Yeah.
Oh. So you can just be like, oh man, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick, and then
Live
send you the
from
link.
Gibson's
bathroom. You leave the fucking line in there, Steph?
Why do you have your tablet with you when you're in the dinner, Carl?
Why are you sweating?
Brings his daughter's tablet. Her fire.
She would hear me yelling
on the back.
She'd hear me yelling from the bath. This fucking guy, and then it would just be like, I know.
That's
exactly
the problem when you're as close as Cars and Phil and I are. Every time we get in trouble with our better half,
which is daily.
Yeah,
it's blamed on.
Why don't you go call Cars and Phil? Talk to them. Yeah, I get that all. I don't know about you guys, but I get that all the time. Oh, didn't answer my question. I bet you would have picked up if Phil called.
Yeah, you get those little.
It's always Steph. Oh, what's so important right now? It must be Shayne. And I was like, actually, yeah, it is. You got a problem with that? And then I sleep on the couch for 2 weeks. But that's fine. That's fine.
Oh my god!
The other night,
you got your elephant back there to cuddle
Peanut
with.
butter ninjas, just like if you analyze and say has no talent.
The unicorn, even better.
I think he's trying to. I think he's trying to get a DDP rant started.
Yeah,
there.
please. If the Bears blog is saying David Montgomery has no talent, he could say he's on the hot seat, whatever. That's fine. But to say he has no talent is like the equivalent of saying Stranger Things sucked.
I've never watched it.
Oh, you're missing out, dude.
This was
I've never watched it either.
So good.
It's good.
So good. So well done. Season 4. Holy shit. You gotta watch it.
Yeah, that's great.
Gotta watch it.
I started watching that Alone. Have you seen that? That's really good too. They just like drop people off in like the middle of nowhere.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah. Play it. Go ahead.
Oh, jeez.
No, they drop off like 10 people in random places in like Alaska or whatever.
Is this what channel is this on?
It's I think it's on the History Channel, but it's on Netflix now too.
I'll have to
And
check it out.
It's so whoever lasts the
I'll have to
longest
check
wins
it
like
out.
$500K.
They did that as a fucking at Hofstra.
Yeah.
They took the fucking freshman, put fucking bags on our heads. I think I've gone.
What?
Yes, I've gone this far as initiation. Put bags on our heads, took us out, left us in any borough, the Bronx, and just dropped us off. And we had to get back to campus somehow.
I love all of them.
That's what happened to us.
Is that how you got back?
Initiation to it. That's not how I got back.
That's how you got back to the camp?
Do you love balls? Yes.
That's going in the drop.
Anyway, a good show, real quick, Jackal. I know you don't fucking care, but The Man Who Fell to Earth on Showtime has been, if you're a sci-fi guy,
That's not
very good.
Survivor either, by the way. It's completely different than Survivor. It's one person alone by themselves in the elements. They get 10 items to bring with them, and that's it. They have to hunt on their own. They have to fish on their own. They have to make their own house, everything. Like, it's completely different.
Is there a show that you have? That wasn't even me. Is there a show that you haven't seen, Bratcher? Like we're watching Only Murders in the Building. Is that what it's called?
No, I haven't seen that.
Ela and I have been watching that since season 2, but
that's good.
I'm on Umbrella
Yeah, that's pretty
Academy
good.
right now too.
It's
my
Steve
girlfriend's
Martin and
throwing
Martin
that down my
Short.
throat. Yeah.
Oh, I saw
Selena
that.
Gomez, and it's actually pretty
Oh.
funny.
I think Selena Gomez is kind of dull. She just kind of has that monotone voice. It's just
Yeah.
kind of, it's just not.
Yep.
I just can't.
We were
get
just
behind
talking about.
The
I just watched
Ozark was
documentaries on-
tremendous.
on
Ozarks is
cults.
great too. Yeah.
You saw Ozark's cars?
See,
watched some of
Cherie
it.
knows.
I literally, again, I'm a huge nerd. I just like to watch documentaries on cults because they fascinate me.
Oh God.
I
You
watched
There's
the
a new one
Whitney
on Netflix.
You watched the
Houston
one that started up
documentary.
here where I live. The one
Oh
that
yeah,
started-
the
Yeah,
Nexium. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's fucked up.
I haven't seen
man.
that one yet.
Holy shit! Well, you better watch it.
It is.
What's it called?
is,
Nexium.
Nexium.
What's
the
the
girl who
fucking-
was in Smallville as one of the actresses?
I don't know that.
That was involved.
It's-
Yeah. Dude was branding all these women, and they were
Oh my God.
essentially doing anything he said, and he was
Wow.
a crazy looking motherfucker too.
Yes, Shree, there's something I liked. If there are two subjects that I read more about than the NFL, it is literally like Scientology and North Korea, because they're both also cults. Those two things fascinate me so incredibly much. That's who I am. That's who I am.
Married with Children, Arthur says here. That's a classic.
Listen,
I
The
scored
Boys-
6 touchdowns for Polk High. So
The Boys is good on Prime.
Oh,
I haven't
that's my
finished
favorite
that
show.
yet.
It's
I haven't
great. I just
that
finished
yet.
it the other day. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Arcane, Logan. I was the one who told you about that show. I'm not a big fan of anime
there it
or
is.
anything.
Allison Mack.
Damn.
That was her name.
that's the one. Thank you.
Arcane is something.
Yeah, Bradshaw, you have to watch that shit, bro.
I'm
It'll
definitely
blow
gonna
your
check
fucking
that
mind,
out.
man.
It
It's like
will.
five. It's like five.
This is
It started on
Allison
HBO. I think it's on HBO Max, right?
There's
is it?
2 different versions of it. There are 2 shows that cover Nexium. One is on HBO, and I think the other is on Netflix.
Nexium is the cult.
Yes,
That's the name of
Yeah.
the cult.
Oh,
This-
dude, it started in
Holy
like
shit.
Utica, which is
Yeah.
like
Oh,
2
okay.
hours from my doorstep. But I mean, it's in the general area. I mean, it is all sorts of fucked up on every level. There was a mother and daughter involved, and I mean, everything. It was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
insane.
liked Moon Knight rather. That was
very good.
That was
We haven't
well
watched that.
done.
Riley was asking about that one.
People like get deterred because you have to think outside the box. It's just not smash, bash, and kill. It's like, oh, there's actual cool writing involved in this.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin it for you, but if you're a deep thinker, that's a great show. Better Call Saul, I'm catching up on Netflix. I'm behind, but I
Watch
love
Breaking
Better Call
Bad,
Saul.
but I haven't given that one its justice yet. I really
Never
need
seen
to.
it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I watched the John Wayne Gacy tapes too. That was
That
pretty
was
good.
that was
That was
messed up.
phenomenal. That one and the other one I was watching was Web of Make Believe. That's another one. It's like a
You
documentary.
guys
about
like
what
these
people say.
documentaries.
Oh, I love documentaries.
I watched the
Absolutely.
Whitney Houston documentary and I was bugged out by. I just forgot that she
you
was a
watch the-
crackhead. I forgot that
Remember
she
Bobby
was
Brown
addicted
did her
to-
wrong, man.
Did
Oh,
you
there's
watch
a lot
the,
to that story?
The
That's
documentary, I
crazy.
think it's called The Rescue, about that soccer team over in like Thailand.
No,
Got
what
caught
is
in
it?
the
The
cave.
sub?
No.
Oh my god, dude, you have to. That's on Disney Plus, I think has it.
Listen, if I'm
Called
not
The
watching,
Rescue.
if I'm
It's-
not watching documentaries, like the only shows I can comment on are like Paw Patrol or other random shit that I can't make me watch. Right?
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Just,
What?
Just give me something. Just give me something.
Oh my
Give
god.
me a tackle or give me death. That was the quote on this show. If you're just tuning in, you missed a lot of fireworks tonight. Cherise Reed just brought out everything.
Oh my god, Sheree got me so fired up.
Shree opened up Pandora's box. Just
Yeah.
let us all have it.
Cherie, I'm
You
gonna
started-
blame
You
you.
start talking about below the waist grooming, man. It just fucking sets me on.
Is this really the BoJack Justin Fields? Yes.
Yes, it is, but I had to take the sound off because I didn't want to
Yeah.
get copyright. So I was gonna put some other music.
Look at Bojack's wearing his own T-shirts.
Of course he is.
Isn't that up there with like, don't wear the shirt of the band that you're going to go see? Like, don't wear your own shirt to hype yourself up.
He's
Come on,
trying to hype him. It would have been dope if Justin was wearing your shirt, bro. Come on. Jesus. Well, speaking of shirts, real quick, before we get to shout outs, and trust me, we'll tackle a few more questions because Jackal was helping his son take a shit. True story.
Hey, man, you're not gonna let a 4-year-old wipe his ass at 11:30 at night, man.
No.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
Well played. Well played.
Man, nice.
Anyway, I even forgot. No, I remember now. We are working, Shayne, with a guy that's working on a Shayne shirt, for God's sake. And I saw a little bit of the beginnings of it, and I'm getting excited about what this guy, Nick, is going to bring to the table, the TTNL table.
Nice.
So, yes, there's going to... Angelo, since you're the guest, this is the shout-out segment. You got anybody you'd like to shout out tonight?
I like to give a shout out to all the people that coached me in Lemon Hall. Scott McQueenie, Scott Medeiros.
Yes.
That was
what the hell?
that
was not me, Angelo.
All right.
Oh my God, Angelo.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened. That guy Shayne is. That was the wrong button.
He's a smart ass, that dude.
Yeah.
He's over there. That guy Shayne.
No, go ahead. Keep naming those guys up because I know all of them. Go ahead. Oh my God. Angelo made the same face, eh?
Shout out, Tape Never Lies. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. From the fans in the stands to the follows on the gram. Thanks for your support, showing love in the DM. We stay Spencer strong, fight together till the end. Now it's time to shout out worldwide friends and fam. Like
the network that keeps it real, 100 crew. So many in the world that I gotta show love to. For some this part, signal show is at its end. But for me it's so important, thank the charter members and the fans. Build the network, speak the truth through the tape. Never run around the truth, no narratives we create. Set them straight, no bubble screen on 4th and 8. Claudio, Shayne getting nervous cause keeping them up too late. That's it, no more to say that get the shot of vital. But hurry up cause the postman's getting homicidal.
Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too. Shout out. I know you hear me, baby. Shout out. I know you see me, baby. Shout out. We gotta holla at you. Keep it 100 crew. Gotta show love too.
The network that keeps it real. This is strong.
There it is, Bratcher. There's the music. There it is.
There it is.
Hey,
it bothers Bratcher, that little picture of.
Yes, it does. I've got OCD about that kind of shit. Waiting for Shayne to send me that song so I can throw it up.
Keep waiting.
Cool Kennedy. Cool Kennedy has this song. It's a Cool Kennedy beat right here.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll
Have
talk
him
to
send it to you.
I will.
I know he sent you 30.
He sent me, like 31. I think it was.
There you
It was
go.
random stuff. It wasn't even the tracks. It wasn't even
Tell him we
from
need
the
some
album
of the,
either. Yeah.
Tell him some tracks. I'll tell him. Cool Kennedy. You
K.
send Bratcher some of the instrumentals from the Hope album. If you haven't checked out the Hope album, go check it out. Support my guy Cool Kennedy.
Yeah.
Full length album right there. TTNL original music, Jordan. We don't just do parodies. We actually do real songs. Jackal, did you purchase us any new viewers tonight?
I wanted a glitch like Angelo.
I was imitating Jim Carrey in that.
Yeah. I pulled that one like a
Bratcher got
month
me.
ago. I've been waiting on that one.
You got me. You got me, Bratcher. You got me. It's not as good. No, it's good. It's good. He's a very nice dick that any woman would love. The underrated part of that is Matt Waldman's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, watch Matt Waldman in the bottom right. He's a very nice dick that any woman would love.
That subtle glance to the right.
And there you have it, guys. Got a nice little weapon.
You cut off the best part.
Yeah.
Who took it down?
Who took it down?
Oh
my god. That
That's the
should
best
open the
one,
show
sir.
every
week.
Why isn't that opening the show every week?
The best part of it is his
Caden.
laugh. This is you got to play it again so you get his laugh at the end.
One
It's the
more
best
time.
part.
And there you have it, guys. Got a nice little weapon.
I don't
Does
know,
it
man.
clip?
Video's
Why is it cutting
Yeah.
off?
I have no idea.
It's
It's not.
short.
Yeah, it's not clipped.
There you
out.
have it, guys.
It's one of my favorites.
Got a concussion,
Oh my
but
God.
it's all good.
Shane
I love
put that
the fucking
together.
Old mechanic.
Sometimes I
cigarette.
watch that late at night and just
Oh my god.
continue to crack up laughing.
That one, I fucked your mom and your dad. That
Ah,
clip. Oh my, I'm not sure if
God.
I've ever laughed harder on this
Dude.
show.
Angelo. Claudio was sitting next to Angelo a few weeks ago in the movie theater.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah,
But
it was.
Claudio did not. He dropped the ball, Shane. He
I
didn't get
tried.
the interview.
Listen, I tried to get him to
Did you
get
pull
on
out
camera.
the? You're
He's hiding. You
you're
know,
awesome.
look over that
I
there.
snapped a
Yeah.
shot of him, but you know he's with his mom. I gotta be respectful.
Claudio is so good at on the street interviews. Like when we come to
I
Chicago,
can't wait. I can't wait to do it.
we're gonna announce what week we're coming in 2 weeks, or maybe next week. We got a big announcement
Say that
next
every
week
week.
too. I'm just
Well, it's
letting you
'cause
know
it's
we're
changed.
finalizing because we had some changes that have had to happen. So that's
Bratcher needs
why
to
I'm
figure
not
out
trying to
his
tease
Netflix
you. guys.
schedule. He doesn't need
Yes.
that. Fuck
Damn
up.
right I do.
We are
Wanna
coming to
watch it.
Chicago. I can tell you that. But next week or the week after, Shane, should we announce it?
Well, we can do it on. If you're a patron, we can announce it when we do our
Our Q&A, our town
Q&A.
hall.
Yeah.
Balls to the walls, Cherie.
Yeah.
Will Cherie's mom be in attendance for that show? She can ask any question.
Actually, I heard
No?
that she packed up and left Cherie's house after my little rant tonight. She wasn't very happy.
You heard him in the back. She was
Hey, we need her.
Cherie, who the fuck is that?
he just standing in the back. Who the
Why is Shane? She knows who you are.
Oh, I know.
She probably was like, why is Shane so mad?
He's so salty.
He is mad.
He's got sand in his book.
My number one fan. What's her first name again? I always
Oh,
fucking
geez, really? She's your number one fan, you know her name.
Listen, I'm trying now. I'll never forget her name because you just made it worse.
You'll call
Haymaker Jackal may be my favorite
Kristen
version.
next week. You just got
Deborah.
Cherie's name right like 2 months ago. Talking around, it was like Sherry. Real quick.
It was Sherry. Shane corrected him for like 2 years.
I even met her in person.
Yeah.
Steph said to me, I remember going over the GW bridge, and Steph's like, that one girl, and we were at the old network. She was awesome. She had such great. I go, I know, right? That was my first impression, Cherie. It was like when you think with your significant other, you are now a part of it. It's crazy. You're a part of the network, the show. There you
And
go.
she dresses
Deborah.
up on and she dresses up on Halloween.
Like I said, it's my daughter's birthday. She's 19 today. She's actually in Philly with her cousin at a concert, so please be safe down there.
Be safe.
Yeah.
You guys are assholes, dude.
But there you go. Shout out to you. I love you, Adriana. Please.
Don't watch this show, Adriana.
Yeah, no, she don't. No, she don't give a shit. But
The timing was perfect.
I love conversations.
Oh shit.
Don't watch the show, Adriana.
Watch this shit. Don't trust me. She don't.
Only if
Just none of my
Bratcher
girls give
knew.
two shits about this show.
Bratcher has no idea.
That was worth the copyright claim from the Tweedly Diddly Dee. There, that was the. I
You got hit
accepted
on that?
one.
Just that.
You got hit
Oh
on
yeah.
that ball, but
His reaction.
Well, not on the
they're
little
hard.
Not
short
on that
one there.
clip right there.
But when
That's
I,
the whole premise of this. You have to set it up. If you're not a true TTNL,
Yeah, if you look, I have a clip. They're playing
Can
that
someone
song.
in the chat
What is it,
remember
Rockin'
what the
Robin?
clip
Yeah,
was?
there's a chick.
Jack Baller,
looks
maybe.
like looks like Bratcher's bobblehead in a car.
Brian Urlacher?
Yeah. Maybe she's brushing her teeth really aggressively. I'm not sure. What
Very,
kind of
very
toothbrush it is.
Nobody knew what the fuck Shane had put up.
Yeah.
So that's how this started. So this clip starts playing tweedly diddly dee, tweedly diddly dee, tweedly dee. So we're all like, okay, what the fuck is this? Then the camera it starts to zoom a little closer, and all of you see is this woman's head going up right on the beat.
And
the Claudio
and,
goes,
and karma happened, and you have a daughter. So good job. Like I said, it's my daughter's birthday. She's 19 today. She's actually in Philly with her cousin at a concert. So please be safe down there.
Be safe.
Yeah.
You guys are assholes, dude.
But there you go. Shout out to you. I love you.
Oh my god.
We already established what it was. earlier
Bratcher's
in
been
that
so
show.
butthurt that he's been getting grilled for the past few weeks, and he has no.
Exactly. I told him pre-show.
I'm just
I'm like,
kinda-
bro, I'm the
and me and
OG
Claudio
of
had a
that
conversation pre-show about this.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
starting
like, bro,
to see very
don't worry
well.
about it. Don't take yourself.
I said he got his eyes opened up last week when we started playing Angelo clips for him, like offline. He didn't realize. I'm like,
Oh my
dude,
god.
you've taken nothing that Angelo has gotten on this network.
Exactly.
Good Lord. Sheree, did
That
you
was
cut your hair?
hysterical.
Your hair looks
No.
shorter. You didn't? Oh.
What do you think about her hair, Claudio?
Oh.
Can we ask you that, Cherie? Can we ask you that every week? Because I feel like we ask you that question every week.
Y'all did ask me last week. It's cool.
Yeah, I thought we asked it last week too.
I wasn't here
Oh, we
last
did?
week, Sheree.
It was
so.
curled last week, so it was actually
No.
shorter. This
look
week
good,
is
yeah.
straight.
All right, nobody
What do you
likes
think?
brags.
Finally,
think, Claudio?
something everyone
You like
on
it?
this network
I
can
think
agree
everyone
on.
can agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like Braggs.
No, you
I think he
don't.
means well, yes.
You're so full of shit.
I'm
Give it a
not.
break.
Montgomery
Nobody's
cars,
buying
Montgomery.
it anymore.
I think
Come
me
on.
and Shane like Braggs, you know.
No, he doesn't.
But
Oh, brag.
sometimes Greg.
He likes Barb.
You're
Shane
welcome.
likes Barb, but that's about it. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my
Did her.
So what'd you get him for their
We live for
anniversary,
that.
Shane?
Huh?
What'd you get him for their anniversary?
Brags?
Candles with hair.
Yeah, I'm taking his mother out to dinner after the show.
I love balls.
So is he.
You might have some competition though, because I watched Brag's show the other night and she liked my comment about Brag's show.
Oh, you were one of the 7?
Oh shit! Yeah,
All right.
it was. Yeah.
Nice.
It's me, Shane, and
Yeah,
his
we got.
mom, and I don't.
I didn't watch Bragg. I didn't watch Bragg's show.
Yeah, you did.
Sheree,
That's a
I
low
need-
blow insult, Alan. You can't just
I gotta
throw that
send
out
you
there.
I have an extra Keeping It 100 flag. I gotta send that to you as a little gift. You can put it behind. Jackal's got the books I sent him. Cars has the unicorn. Braggs has the blow up doll. I mean, Bratcher.
Who? Who?
Bratcher.
Oh,
Isn't
my.
that the
Now
blow
I'm
up doll?
fucking offended.
I
Now
do
I'm
have to
offended.
send it. I
It's
do
not-
have
it's
to
a
send.
bobblehead.
That is the biggest bobblehead
It's
I've
the biggest
ever
one.
seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Open the mouth, Thrasher.
Hammer drunk.
Open
Hammer
the mouth.
drunk. I bought that at like for like $250.
Look
Hammer
just like
drunk.
the fucking.
What? You paid $250?
Yeah.
$200 for
Hammer
it.
drunk,
You
and I
put eye
bought
black
it. Yeah,
on, you'd look
at
just
an
like it.
auction. Yeah.
He does not look
Claudio can fucking sell that at an auction, for God's sake.
That's what.
Get
That's
your
where I
money
got
back.
it. Yeah.
That's the amount of money
Claude.
that has Angelo running from the cartels right now. So yeah, that's about right. That's about
Claudio,
right.
$200. You're a picker at these flea markets, all this stuff.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
worse? Did he get ripped
Well,
off?
I really only deal with antique shit. That's kind of newer. You can buy it on Amazon. I don't deal with shit that you could buy on Amazon.
What?
So.
Well,
There
are
you
you
go.
have something
uppity
that-
over there?
Their show really jumped the
Jesus.
shark.
I do have
What's
something
that?
that you might like though. What the? So, what about this, Claudio? This is from.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Bounce. I'll just leave.
We have been doing shout outs for 42 minutes now.
Not one of us have
And
done a
on
shout out.
Nobody has.
Nobody's even
one.
shouted anybody out.
Ladies first.
Unbelievable.
Come on,
Shout
Sheree,
out.
set it off, girl.
Set it off, Cherie. Who you shouting out tonight?
First and foremost, I am going to shout out my mom because I think she can hear me. So,
Good call. Good call.
Yeah.
Deborah.
so I'm going to
Deborah.
shout out my mom for coming to visit. She
Hello,
will be going
Debbie.
home Monday. Sorry, Shane, she's leaving on your birthday. No, she's leaving Sunday. She's leaving before your birthday. So that brings me to you two. Shout out.
I may not have had
Little
the worst rhythm of anyone that's been on this network.
That sweatshirt is fire.
Bratcher's got no right to fucking complain.
Sell fucking flowers.
Phil and I played good cop, bad cop with Angelo, and he's like, "You gotta call Shane. He's gonna tell you exactly what he wants done." So I sent him the video and then that Cardi B song, and I'm like, "I need you to dance just like the chick on this video, but you need to record yourself." It's like, okay, I'll do it. Yep, anything for you guys.
I think it was more bad cop, worse cop. But
Then let me do what I hired to do.
The best part about that video is he's doing it in his mom's front lawn, and all these cars are driving by, and he just
and he's
doesn't
selling
give a fuck.
flowers.
Yeah,
He's
Selling
selling Mother's
flowers.
Day
Oh,
flowers,
get a
right?
dream.
Or was it Easter flowers?
Easter.
He was
yeah, it was
Easter.
he was working that ass for a daddy that day. That's for
What?
sure.
I can't
You
wait.
don't
for
know.
Angelo to come back on. But go ahead, Sheree.
I'm sorry, Sheree. I'm done.
No, it's cool. I'm not just gonna wish you happy birthday.
Oh.
But you cannot do that now. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, we're 5 minutes away from the birthday boy here.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was gonna say we got 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so I'm
Phil's
going to
entire
say-
shout-outs will be singing happy birthday to himself.
I was gonna say.
Do I have a birthday shirt to me I could wear, Cars?
I will.
Cool,
I'm not
cool,
gonna be kidding. At 59 after and 59 seconds, I'm just disconnecting, so I don't have to do that because I'm just the type of person that
We're gonna sing happy birthday to Phil live on air.
No.
You can.
I don't give a fuck that he smokes weed. They all smoke weed.
Smoke weed every day.
There you go. Special request. Go ahead, Sheree.
But in 4 minutes, I hope you enjoy your day. I know you still getting
thank you.
better. Take care of yourself. And Shayne, since the show isn't until Wednesday, I will say happy birthday now, but I'll probably say happy belated birthday Wednesday.
Yeah, me and Sweetness on the same day. 7:25. Born to be a Bears fan.
Born
So I
to
hope
be.
you both enjoy your birthday weekends and all of the love and blessings that come your way. So if you both
Just
have-
no babies.
No babies. Cars.
I had one
11:56.
and then we've gone on for 30 minutes. I got nothing at this moment.
nothing.
Pass it on.
We could talk about the text message that I just got from Jackal. It's definitely show worthy.
Oh, really?
No. You're a motherfucker.
Gangsters, what's up, guys?
Oh, dude.
Let's
play
see
play the clip
Let's
again.
see it.
Play it again. Play the clip again.
So I just looked out on my phone and it was from Jackal and it says, "Bro, does Claudio look just like 2 Trade now, or am I that high?"
You're that
Very high.
Never high.
Jackal's forgetting who he's texting.
This is my favorite Jackal version ever. Throwing haymakers left
we
and
also
right.
have a favorite Cars version too.
Yeah.
Oh,
we do.
yes.
Moonshine Cars is number one.
Moonshine
No,
Cars
no.
episode.
Bring back drunk
MSC.
cars.
Bring
No.
back drunk cars.
You gotta do
Okay.
Cars keys like that one time, just once.
Oh, every time we'll do
Every
Cars Keys that
time.
way.
Become a Patreon. You're gonna get drunk Cars.
Can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but you know.
What do you got, Jackal? You got any?
DDP
Shout
and the
out to
smart.
two birthday boys. Happy birthday,
Wrong
gentlemen. I know we'll probably chat, and I have no idea what just happened.
Motherfuckers are coming from nowhere.
All of a sudden, I saw Cars' big giant eye on the screen. I'm like, what happened? Go ahead, Jackal. Nobody.
Shouting
heard
out the
anything.
birthday boys, you two.
Thanks, sir.
Shouting out the TTNL family. You guys were pretty entertaining in the chat tonight, man. You guys had great questions, but also had some pretty awesome comments. So it was fun to read along and chat along with you guys. Have a safe week. Reach out to somebody, tell a friend, be a friend, and I will pass that along to AB.
There you go. I
Puff,
like the
puff,
pass.
give. Well done.
Pass. I like that.
So for me, starting off, Phil Shayne, happy birthday early. Phil, for your father, he's got my thoughts and prayers with him as well as your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely hoping that everything comes out good there. We're all thinking about him for sure. Please get well, man. We need you back.
For sure.
The fans tonight, probably my favorite night of these fans in here. They were going ape shit crazy. I was laughing my ass off the whole show. You guys killed it. I loved it. Other than that, for me, I had one other little thing. I gotta say, and it's not a huge deal to you guys, probably not, but when I went to promote this show, I saw my picture on the promo. And I know that that doesn't mean a lot to anybody here. Obviously, it's not a big deal to anybody else. But for somebody who's watched this show for as long as I have, and somebody who's, aspired really to get to this kind of level, seeing that just kind of hit me a little bit. So
I love
thank
all
you.
that.
That wasn't even me.
finish.
No.
Let it
Who
finish.
gave him that?
I'm gonna cut that
Gotta
out
be
early.
Jack.
That is not right, Shane.
No,
That was
no.
definitely Jack.
I wouldn't
know.
expect
Dude, I'm
anything
typing.
less.
I'm doing work.
Come on.
Wasn't me.
I let the man
man.
finish.
Wasn't
I didn't
me.
hit it in the middle of it.
I just wanted to say thanks
was-
for that, and thank you guys for letting me be here every week and have fun with you guys. Because yeah, you guys make fun of me, make fun of everybody, but it's fun. I have a great time here, man, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else Wednesday night. Absolutely.
Nobody else
Awesome,
would
man.
see you anywhere else.
No.
You were, so.
Not on Wednesdays.
You deserve it, man. You're a part of the show and like it, love you, or some people in
we
the
got
dicks
one
in
more
the
shout
chat
out.
get upset.
Let's get
Go
this
ahead.
man back on the show, by the way.
Oh,
Please.
the Funkster.
Please get this man back on the show. This guy is amazing. I
Claudio's
love what he does.
top 5 favorite guys.
He's awesome.
right
The
there.
true TTNL hype man.
Cool's the other side of the pillow, man.
The true hype man. Yo ho ho! I love when he does it. Yo
He brings
ho
it
ho!
100 on everything he does, man. He doesn't care what it is. He's himself. I love it.
The tape never lies.
Tape
I gotta
never
play
lies.
that
Tape
that
never
promo
lies.
that he did. It's
Love
great.
it.
Yes. Claudio, the barber.
Yes, I will shout out for one Jordan for getting Shane so fired up and fucking having him just nuke him with fucking gold. I love it. I want to shout out, obviously, you guys. Happy birthday to you too, and you know, shout out to everybody on here except for Jackal, because fuck you, dude. I do not look like Tooch.
Whoa.
Oh,
Oh.
you.
I was like, where'd that come from? Holy shit. We got
I
a
don't
new
know, man.
rivalry
I think
going
if
on
you
here.
play that drop
I
again,
think we need a
and then
trivia.
everybody looks at you, they'll be like, oh, shit. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not
So-
100 milligrams. It's so no.
Yeah, that's about it. And then obviously all the fans in the chat, all the dudes,
Jordan,
the
thank you,
regulars,
by
the
the way.
newbies, all of them makes this night, you know, special. So that's about it.
Someone saw a guy that looked exactly like Tooch, but he was ripped. Should have taken a pic, Sonder. That would be Shane saying you've dropped the ball. You dropped the ball there. That would have been a good thing to bring to the table. Shane, you got anybody to shout out?
I do. I'm gonna shout out this guy right here that's brought us so many laughs.
Angela.
Yes.
That's just
There he is, the hype.
All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
That's enough, Angela. But yeah. No, shout out you, DDP. Welcome back.
Thanks, man.
The show did amazingly well without you. Views are crazy, but you
Views
know,
are up.
Views
are up.
No, but yeah, happy birthday. Oh, look, it's 12:03, so
Yay.
the big,
Birthday,
the big
Rob.
5-0, the big 5-0, right? The big
Yeah,
5-0.
Don't give
4-9.
me that extra year yet.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
49?
Yeah, 49, man.
Man, I'm just a
can't
young
believe
pup
it.
compared to you. 49.
Wow, you're old.
49.
Oh, Grandpa Phil in the room. Damn.
All right.
Damn, I felt
Phil.
that.
Could you hear me? This is your dad speaking. Can you hear me?
I've never noticed Alex Acevedo doing
Yeah.
the thumbs up.
Yeah.
In
Oh,
the back. I
in the
never,
back,
like,
yeah.
that's the great thing about this show. Like the drops, and I know Jordan gets upset, but I fought for drops. Shane knows this. Like I fought so hard. That was in the audio day. But then I fought for video because I said if 5,000 people are watching 100 Proof, I haven't even said the name of that show. And
I love all of
and it's just a
You're
fuck.
on the air, baby. You're on. You did it. You missed.
Can I finish my fucking point? And it's just a graphic. We need fucking to go on video. And then when we went to video, Shane and I was like, yo, we're still going to have these drops. And that's why we fight so hard. And then these drops that have these little Easter eggs, I call them, like Acevedo's thumbs up and Ivan's tongue laugh and all of the Angelo shit tonight has me dying. You
That's
forget
not
these
even
things.
Acevedo's.
No, we're very economical, my family.
Just
Acevedo.
cars there, just shaking. I'm not gonna laugh. I know what you're saying in that moment. That drop.
I refuse to follow the crowd.
Yes, I refuse to laugh at Angelo. But yeah, this is people know the show. And I was talking to Nick, the guy, the t-shirt guy. I was like, we gotta capture, like, the first t-shirt needs to be give me some fucking names. Like, that needs to be said. And you know, the old drop of I don't give a fuck if they smoke weed. They all smoke weed. People know this show from those things. And it's all of us, Cars, and his critical moment. The Bears are trading up. That needs to be a t-shirt. That needs to be Arthur Rocks buying that t-shirt in Little Rock, Iowa, wherever the fuck he lives, or Jack Baller in the Philippines, rocking the Bears are trading up t-shirt with Cars on it. That's my dream. This network has surpassed a lot of things, but yeah, it's my birthday. I'll talk if I want to. I won't be crying. My shout out is to everybody.
Ratcher almost cried.
He did. I'm glad he was emotional about his picture being on the thumbnail, the card.
You preach
for the
vulnerability right here, and that's what I'm
Yes.
trying to do. That's what
You're in
I'm
the
trying
trust
to do.
tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
I clipped you and put you in that. And I said to myself, I'm dead ass serious. I hope he understands you've earned this. And you authentically said it tonight. There you go. So I respect him, Jackal.
I didn't
be a
say
dick.
shit, dude. Why am I
Don't be a
catching
dick
pussies
to
flags?
Bratcher.
I'm not
Jackal's
the one
been a
sucking
good
your
guy to
dick
me,
right
yeah.
there. You know, this motherfucker was over here pumping the old shoots over there.
Cars is
Edible
muted
Jackal
the
is,
whole
is
time.
probably my favorite.
We're missing
Edible
so many
Jackal
funny things.
versus drunk
I'm
cars.
hearing
is
it all.
probably-
I'm muted so I can listen to Jackal throw haymakers because this is thoroughly enjoyable.
Sometimes I think my mic is off, and then I look
The
and I see
Jackal
the green light, and I'm
Claudio
like, oh,
fantasy
shit.
football show.
See,
Oh, it's
I
gonna be
don't
a good
give
time.
a fuck. Jackal
It's gonna be a great
moments
show.
Are perfect.
Imagine if Tooch was on the show.
Tooch.
This guy?
I knew it was coming.
I am
knew
sorry,
it was
Claudio.
coming. Right after I
You're just high as fuck.
No, CBD, man.
I want high Jackal versus drunk cars.
Can you take a
one week.
picture
We
of
gotta have
Claudio and then put Tooch next to him and see if this is true? And take a vote on that?
Like that.
No, I'm not trying, dude. I'm just saying from the face perspective. When you played that clip, Claudio was just the way it looked on my computer screen. I was like, oh shit, they kind of look similar. He had a hat on and the whatever, man. Jesus
And then he fucked it all up by texting me and asking me about it.
And then I text Shayne.
Instead of saying it on the show, he texts Shayne. Thank you.
I text all you assholes.
He's been
Well, I
texting me the whole
didn't
Except
show.
for Sheree,
Yeah.
she's not an asshole.
Cherie is great.
He was giving me
Cherie,
plumbing advice.
See?
Jackal is very handy. That's what I hear.
Hey, yo.
He is.
That's what she said.
Hey, yo.
I want to shout out.
Newest invention here is called the Cobb.
I want to shout all of you guys out. Not only carrying the show and handling it amazingly, I could be a little vulnerable and say I sat and watched the show because I was sick with COVID and I felt every bit of 49. And with the aches in your hips and every joint you don't even realize you have. But I was thoroughly entertained by you guys talking football and breaking balls and just being a fan of the show. It was like, wow, this time flew by. And I hadn't watched the show, and I'm glad I did. And you guys do a tremendous job. I'm so proud to be a part of this network. And Shayne, you ranting tonight and just showing that passion, that authenticity. And I know, Jordan, you're a fan of the show, but there is real hurt and pain for truth. And to see my boy say that and keep it 100, I was proud of that. And I shout you out tonight for showing your truths and helping build this network to be the best place for Bears coverage and analysis and having a lot of fun. And all of you guys have said so many great things, you know, over the time about what we do here and how the original stuff. And sometimes I have to say it because it's like, if I'm not going to say it, who's going to say it type of attitude. But to hear the fans starting just to stand up for the truth, the network, and everything that Cars brings. And I love the fact that people love certain aspects the most of the show. And that's how you know you're doing something right. You know, if people just love Cars so much and they just love to hear Shayne talk, that stuff means we're doing it right. If they hate a long intro or whatever Claudio's saying now.
No, Shane's doing something, bro.
I know, he's building something.
Look at Shayne.
But even
I know
tonight,
exactly what he's doing.
Even tonight,
I'm going to check the spot where I know to check.
I have to shout out Shayne for
He's trying to
another
load
thing.
something up on the computer.
Yeah,
I've always dreamed about a network that had moments historically that when you look back, you have those tears in your eyes laughing at it. And when Shayne put up the Angelo stuff or anything, these moments, that's what we got. So I have no idea what he's doing.
Sorry, Claudio.
I know what he did.
I also want to shout out my dad and mom to reiterate that with Cherie. You know, in all truth, my dad he just like lives for this network now. He like enjoys it so much. I think at his age, I didn't realize it. Shayne actually was like, yeah, let's just bring him on one time. I think the fans would enjoy it. But when you get vulnerable, you're bringing your dad. You talk shit about my dad, I'm going to go after you, you know, that kind of thing. But then to see you fans embrace who he is, and then just to realize, wow, what a great teacher still. He's still got that fire, that passion for football. That on top of him having a great sense of humor, I worry now with this COVID with my mom and dad. So please, if you're just tuning in, send them the positive energy. And to all you fans, thank you. It is my birthday. Appreciate the love, especially from you, Cars. I'll never forget this day, my 49th.
I have nothing but love for you. I just can't share it, show it, or tell anybody. So other than that,
Claudio, please read what just came on the screen.
I read it.
For the love of God, look down.
Everybody can read. Everybody can
saw it, I guess.
No, you didn't.
We're
I
gonna
don't
put
know, I
it
didn't
up.
see it.
Shayne's working on it, I believe.
Shayne's still red.
He might not be, but I'm guessing he might be. Anyway, we are gonna be live. Become a patron. Gotta shout out you patrons because Shayne shared with you what I was going through and it was miserable. I'm not gonna lie to you. I gotta thank everybody that supported me through this time and everything that I've been dealing with. Your health, you only get one life, so to deal with COVID and then deal with an infection on top of it, I literally had to get up because Steph texted me, you forgot to take your antibiotic. Oh my God. So that kind of stuff is real life. Some people are like, what does Phil and Shayne do for a living? I still, like we said, we work. In fact, I got to shout out my boss for supporting me and being so supportive as I recover from this stuff. Like Shamika, like there's people that are bosses that talk but don't walk. Shamika, somebody that talks the talk and walks the walk. Good people, like you said. Shout you out, Shamika. Thank you to get that one less anxiety or stress, knowing that your boss has your back when your health is concerned. That's important. This network every Wednesday night. Wondering from once what you guys do. Yeah, Shayne's a mailman by day. Delivers the mail.
It's fun to talk to.
Claudio is a barber. Don't we know that? Oh, he's asking Claudio. I work for the state of Connecticut. That's all I'm allowed to say. Right, Jackal? That's it.
I think that's all we do.
That's it. Work for the government.
No. No. I don't.
Don't worry. We work by day. And tonight, no. And then, have we definitely defined Saturday, Shane? You're good with that? So I can promote that?
Yeah.
So Saturday night.
Porn star, guys.
He's
Saturday
a porn
night.
star.
He's long
Ours
duck
is a
dog.
porn star. Saturday night, Shane and Phil. Balls to the wall, Cherie. A tell-all, town hall. Ask anything.
Ooh.
We're going to talk Bears, whatever you want to know. The old network, whatever.
What
Ask.
time is that again?
I haven't given you my time yet.
TBD.
To be determined. Become a patron. TheTapeNeverLies.com to hang out at that show to kick off camp. All your questions will be revealed, and Cars will make a special appearance, whether it be via satellite or recording. Cars has something you're gonna want to hear. That's all I could say. That's all I could tell you. And last shout out is to my guy Bullets. This fucking guy sent me a birthday card in the mail, Shane.
I got one too.
That's the kind of guy that this dude is. I can't just overlook that. That was such a nice thing. And I will go to Chili's and get the never-ending chips and salsa Cars. Are you a fan of that?
I love their chicken crispers
Oh,
and their
yeah.
Texas cheese fries. So all the stuff that is really going to kill me before I turn 49.
Why it tastes good.
Yeah.
There you go. I used to order that every time I went to Chili's back in the day. The chicken fingers, corn on the cob, mashed potatoes, or fries. It depended, right?
Oh yeah. Now you could get them with cheese and bacon on the fries, and it's a game changer.
Wow.
Absolute game changer.
Oh yeah.
Now I know what I'm
Jackal's
doing
a
for
fan.
lunch tomorrow.
Are you a fan of the classic nacho? Anybody a fan of that? Sour cream or no sour cream?
No.
I'm a sour cream must.
Cars is got to be the pickiest eater on planet Earth.
I might
would-
rival him in that, actually.
He won't even drink beer. He doesn't even like beer.
Oh, I don't
True
know.
assortment, yeah.
I'm not
Vodka
a big
only.
like I
You'll
gotta
like
have
it.
a beer person either.
Vodka only.
I would rather have a margarita.
up, thank you.
Don't make that mistake.
Jack Baller. Shot caller.
He
I
is.
know. He's in there. Gotta have sour cream, no?
No.
Jackal?
Nah,
No?
nah. Nope.
Claudio? Yes, right?
No, I like sour cream.
On the no. Brad 3. Shane, you gonna break the tie.
I'm a sour cream guy.
There you go. Cilantro. Anybody. Anybody.
I hate
Loves that white
The
stuff.
music
I'm not a
stops.
sour-
Loves that white
I'm a
stuff.
sour cream guy.
Cilantro's a no?
All right, just get this over with. Come on,
Yes.
Shane. Let's go.
I've been delaying for whatever
Come
you're
on.
about to drop.
You gotta give
Let's
me a couple
do this.
more seconds.
I love all
Dude,
of
he's like,
I love balls.
The
Oh
anticipation.
my-
Does your mom
is
know
filled.
about
Are you
that drop?
kidding me?
Three?
I think I told her. I think
No,
I remember.
Don't ruin it, Bratcher.
I won't. I saw it.
Bratcher
See,
sees
Alan?
all.
See, you get your balls busted.
Claudio's delayed. It's almost like he's not real, right?
oh fuck you.
It's almost like he's Scooch. It's almost
Come
like
on,
he's
Shane.
2.0.
You're
Let's do
talking, we can hear you, but then your mouth is moving later.
How would you do
so
that?
The
Now you're
Man, you're a
back.
fucking asshole.
Now you're working. Yeah. Look at Jackal.
It's hilarious.
Oh my god.
How the fuck did you do that? How did you do
fucking hat?
The Jackal.
See, Claudio, it wasn't you. We all thought it was going to be you, and I'm the one that got hit, you know?
No, I'm sure there's got to be a.
Just tell him
Never
large
seen my
Marge
eyes like
sent
that
you.
before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Large
Cars. Oh my
Marge.
God, bro.
Just tell him large. That scared
is
the
that?
shit out of
I have
me.
no idea who that
That
is.
did when her fucking face opened up. She was
Yeah.
fucking- oh, yeah.
Pee Wee Herman.
I'm gonna have nightmares now. So thanks everybody.
Francis.
Good thing I'm going to forget this. In the
All right, I gotta go. There's an edible calling my name.
All
Do you
right,
want some?
Cards.
Same.
Was that it? Oh, oh my God. Looking all of 59 there.
Oh,
Jesus. That is the worst look I've ever seen. Oh my God.
Shayne's.
Jackal looked better than I did.
I think
Look at
Jackal's.
this.
Well, I mean,
Holy shit.
Jackal's like,
Well,
wow.
I mean,
I
like,
mean-
I said, like, kind of. Is that too hard?
At least your eyes are open in that picture, unlike right now. So it works out pretty well.
I'm trying so hard right now, Cars. I mean, I'm trying, dude.
Oh my God.
What do you have? One of each of us?
I would
I was
say
working
yeah.
on something. It's not. I'll have to save it for a show. I do have another one, but
Oh
you
my
know.
God.
You're dead. You're dead. She's gonna kill you.
Where is she?
DOA.
No, I think mine look way worse than yours.
Oh my God. Mine looks
my
worse, Cherie. I'm sorry.
Crackle.
Shane.
What did Jackal just fucking say?
What the fuck is a region? I don't understand.
I can only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but only imagine the smells coming out of that thing, but
Jackal better do some shit. Jackal better do some shit. Jackal don't do shit. Jackal.
Jackal. Almost a 4-hour show tonight. As we
And an
return.
hour and a half of it is shout outs. So
Yeah.
it's
we're getting to Shane's birthday next.
Yeah, right.
Shane's birthday coming up next.
Yep.
July 25th.
Stay tuned.
Walter Payton's birthday.
Sherry, who you doing
Next
for
week-
shout outs?
Herb Howard will be on Keeping It 100. Shane and I will be live Saturday night. The Tell All Town Hall. No stone unturned.
I'm probably coming in there drunk for that too.
Sign up thetapeneverlies.com. Become a patron member to be a part of that show. Everybody's done with the shout outs. Shane, do you have any?
No,
we
I'm good.
Are we
I'm
good now?
sweating now at this point.
Okay.
Me too. Drink.
Manscaped promo rant was an hour,
hour.
Cars. Someone was correcting you. So anyway, we will be back next week. We got a big announcement as well next week.
Fuck you guys. See,
You're
Shane,
gonna
you fucking.
get
This is what I get. People send me this shit after you fucking put it on there. I already have it getting sent to me, you motherfuckers.
Well, there you go. Mine's 20 times worse than
Send it.
yours, so I
Please
don't
send
wanna
it
do
to me at Bears Nerd on Twitter.
What is
Dude.
that?
What the fuck? What
Is
is
this like
that?
Snapchat filters? It's got to be Snapchat filters.
Fuck yourself.
Holy cow. It looks like Goofy's son got old, Max.
He looks like Mr.
looks like a
Magoo
thumb
with a
had a
goatee.
face.
Looks like he's from Great Britain. Or some...
All right.
What the fuck?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Where's
Good
Claudio?
night,
Good
everybody.
night, everybody.
Thank you for
Get
watching.
this off the screen.
Gary.
Oh my God.
Why is it just us three the victims?
Give me some fucking names.
We should just Just make this the intro next week. Just play the Keepin' It 100 and just go back and forth between the three.
You people watching right now are crazy, bro.
I know.
I thought we had a show ender, but we don't. But next week we will. For Shayne Marsall, the smartest man. For Cars, who bounced for his edible. For Chris Jackal.
Couldn't be
Does
bothered.
he do shit next week? Are you bringing Jackal Does Shit back?
Let's do it, man. We're fucking back in business. Let's roll. Let's go.
Claudio, are you going to be doing your Cut It Out segment
No,
next
that's
week?
a season only thing.
Oh, that's a season only. Okay.
I love all.
The Cabbage Bratch kid, he'll be back.
Yes,
We'll
I'll be
see.
here. I'll be here.
All right. We'll
Ain't
see you
going
guys
nowhere.
next week on TTNL.
Peace.
Number one, the best Bears show. Shout out to Ron G on the planet. The tape never lies. Keeping it 100. Can you go out with Angelo's moped scene for me?
It's not on there. I had to.
Oh, fuck.
What?
Damn you. All right.
Yes! We're never going to get out of here. We're stuck.
What's up, everybody? This is NFL Network's Adam Ray.
This is only Crooch.
This is Matt Waldman.
This is Chris Zork from your Chicago Bears.
I'm Deion Miller.
Dan Weaver.
Hey, my name is Rashad Whitfield.
I'm Courtney Cronin.
Hey, this is David Kaplan. Listen to me. You want to learn football? Listen to my guys, Phil and Shayne.
Shayne and Phil.
Shayne and
Phil.
Oh, Phil.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
On the Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network.
The Tape Never Lies Network.
Tape Never Lies Network. Home of the greatest Chicago Bears fans